Welcome in everybody. Derby County take on West Bromwich Albion this evening in the first round of the EFL Cup. It's going to be a very, very interesting evening and one which I sort of can't wait to actually keep my eye on, if I'm completely honest with you. There's obviously a lot of learning curves that can come from tonight. There's obviously a fair few new faces involved in the squad as well that we haven't yet seen during pre-season, but obviously there's a lot of things that we cannot ignore. Now, obviously, Andy, in the comments, what do you think we're playing? You've obviously guessed that 4-2-3-1 or 3-5-2. I think for most of us, it's a very, very difficult one to actually know sort of where we're at and how this is sort of going to shake up. For me, I'm in sort of the similar boat of both sort of setups, really. If it's in a 4-2-3-1, I've gone with Vickers, a back four of Rooney, Sanderson, Fozzie and Elder. And then I've also gone for a midfield three of Ozo, Kenzo and Vyman. Wide right, I've gone Ward. Left, I've gone Clark. And then Brown is the striker. Obviously, if we go to the 3-5-2, it does look a little bit differently. You've obviously got Vickers in goal. Back three of Rooney, Sanderson and Fozzie. You've then got a midfield five of Ward on the right, Elder on the left. Ozo and Kenzo as your deepest two, with Clark as the 10, with then obviously Vyman and Brown as the two strikers. Turn me up, Joe Ward Masterclass. You might not remember Lewis, but I'm a big fan of Joe Ward. You know something? I actually really hope that Joe Ward can sort of find his feet. If he can put in a decent performance tonight, I think we could be in a fairly decent position, and it obviously then gives us one less move that we've got to look for this summer in regards of obviously those sort of like transfers and things like that, because obviously if Joe Ward is fit and able to play, then we've got a great opportunity for Derby County to move so much further forward in regards of where we're going, and we need less moves. Now, I am going to set a poll in the comments. Will it be a Derby win? Will it be a draw, an extra? Actually, no, we don't need a draw in extra time, do we? Because it's going all the way to pens if there's no win. So we're going to set a poll right now. Who will win? Give me your answers in the comments. Obviously, you have the opportunity to give your answer in the poll. Obviously, I know that a lot of my fans in here are Derby County fans, so it sort of opens up that door for many, many Derby County fans. But obviously, the most important thing about today is making sure we get out of obviously this game with good fitness and nobody going down injured or anything like that, because that's sort of going to be the main talking point heading into this weekend. It's going to be fitness levels, it's going to be injuries. Now, some of you may or may not know, Derby County have had a bid rejected for what's his name, for Lewis Travis. Now it's rumoured to be within the region of around £1.5 million. It is something which I do want to get into on here, because obviously Lewis Travis is a player we've spoke about a lot during the course of the last few weeks, and I think he is a very, very good player, but hopefully we can get that deal done. Evening Lewis, think it's a back three with Elder and Ward as wing backs. Nice to see Clark in the team, but my God, I can't stand Sanderson. Very much could be. I've got two different setups at the moment, a 4-2-3-1 and also a 3-5-2. Obviously, we're going to have to sort of wait and see how it does shake out once the game sort of goes on, essentially. But at the moment, I've sort of got sort of a back four of Rooney, Sanderson, Fozzie and Elder, with Ward on the right, Vyman or Clark on the left as wingers. So it will be interesting to see how it does end up come obviously kick-off and things like that. Obviously, right now we're about, what, 10, 15 minutes away from kick-off? What time do we kick off? Is it 45 or is it half past? We kick off at 7:45. Let me just... Yeah, kick off at 7:45. So it will be interesting to see how it does shake up. Obviously, there is an early kick-off going on at the moment where Swansea are currently beating Crawley Town 1-0. Pereira picked up that goal. Obviously, the Brazilian right winger. But most sides have made a lot of changes. Shall we go through the West Brom side while we're looking at it? Just give me 1 second. Do we know when Owen Beck, how close Owen Beck is? I have absolutely no idea. I'm not going to lie to you. He's not been mentioned since he signed, pretty much. So I'm not entirely sure what the situation is. I'm sort of obviously hoping that he'll be back within the next couple of weeks. But obviously, he needs to be fit at the end of the day. So if we look at the West Brom team, you've got Wildsmith in goal, a back four of Williams, Taylor, Campbell and Styles, a midfield three of Diakite, Mowat and Price. On the left, Fellows, on the right, Johnston and Hegbo up front. Obviously a very, very good team for them. And obviously for Derby County, it's a fairly decent team for us, but obviously on a completely different scale to that of West Brom. Obviously former Derby County player Joe Wildsmith is in between the sticks, and you've got former Derby player Nathaniel Phillips on the bench. With obviously Derby County target Carlon Grant on the bench as well. We'll sort of see how that shakes up. Alex Mower, another one, starts for West Brom. Do we know if we sold out the away? I do believe we did. Don't quote me on that, but I'm fairly sure we did sell out the away allocation, but I'm not entirely sure, so you'll have to let me... So if you find out, let me know. We're 4-1 to win tonight. Who has been our best signing, in your opinion, and also our smartest in terms of what they can provide? I think our smartest in terms of provide, Carlton Morris. I think you know exactly what you're getting from him. What I think is going to be our best side, I think will end up being Bobby Clark, if I'm completely honest. I think Bobby Clark is going to take us to a completely another level once he's sort of fit and consistently able to play. But obviously, we've got to wait for him to get fit and things like that. 10 returns, 50 if we win. That'd be fucking brilliant, to be fair. Come on, you Baggies, you need to win this. If so, I'd be happy. Boing, boing. Let's see what the Baggies can do. Let's see what they can do. We have the best following in the champ since Leeds have gone. We probably had the best following in the champ anyway. Leeds are one of those teams who can't decide whether they like themselves or not, and whenever they have a couple of bad performances, it ultimately goes tits up. Love Dejon Brown. Will give the other lads a chance to impress for a starting spot. I really want to see how Dejon Brown does tonight. I've been a massive advocate of his over the course of the last couple of seasons. When I worked at Derby County, he was just coming into the under-18s, and he looked like a step above everybody, and the fact that he's been in and around the first team does not surprise me. But obviously it's one of those where we're sort of going to have to wait and see how he progresses over the course of the next year. Now, if you are new in here, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell as well. Make sure you vote on the poll. Let me know who you think is going to win. Is it going to be Derby? Is it going to be West Brom? Obviously it does go I think it goes straight to penalties, if I remember rightly, for this fixture, so it will be interesting to see how it shakes out. Now, obviously, a little bit earlier on, I was talking about the move that Derby County have made for Lewis Travis, which is rumoured to be within the region of around £1.5 million, I think it is in the end, which is obviously a great move for Derby County in terms of fee, but obviously at the moment, no deal has been agreed as of yet, and the rumoured expectation is about £3 million. So will Derby County spend that? I'm not entirely sure, but we're going to have to wait and see. What subs do you think will make and who will come off? Let me just take a look at the subs bench, because I know there's quite a few youngsters on there, so just give me 1 second. Here we go, team sheets up here. So obviously we've got O'Donnell, Bart, Gordon, Osborne, Thompson, Jackson, Adams, Eames and Lennon Wilden. For me, I think it'll all depend on sort of where we are in terms of actually the scoreline. If we're winning, which is always a possibility, you never sort of know, there's always that chance that we could score a couple of goals. If we're winning, I think we'll see Lennon Wilden come on, and I think we'll see Isaac Gordon coming on. If we're losing, I think you're probably more likely to see a Caden Jackson, more likely to see a Danny Bart, things like that, because when you're winning, you want to sort of keep the victory, and that is obviously comes from those players given the opportunity to actually sort of get on the pitch, essentially. And when you're losing, your youngsters don't get the chance. When you're winning, they're going to get more and more chances. Now, obviously, those of you in the chat, I think there's 20 or so of you in here right now. Make sure if you haven't already, you've voted on the poll. Obviously, it'll be really interesting to see how that does sort of shake out from your guys' opinions and things like that, because obviously we're all different fans of different fan bases in here, I'd like to hope. I'd like to hope there's some fans from other clubs as well who can give their opinion, and obviously tonight's game is a very, very interesting one, and there's a lot that Derby County can learn from this. I'm really intrigued to see how well Bobby Clark can do. I'm really intrigued to see how well Dejon Brown does, because I do think there's an opportunity for Dejon Brown to become a starter this season, given the fact that we're sort of lacking numbers, but we're going to have to wait and see. What even is our transfer budget? Now, genuinely, your guess is as good as mine. We're in a position where we've spent quite a decent chunk of money, but a lot of that was from what was left from Erin Cashin moving on. But obviously, there's always that opportunity for players to move out, which gives us more budget to play with and things like that. But obviously, at the moment, we're in a position where I don't really know what the budget is, but considering we're preparing another bid for Max Johnston and we've made a bid for Lewis Travis, I think we've probably got another £5-ish million left to spend. But we'll wait and see how that progresses, because I think that Derby County should be focusing on the left wing and maybe right back, rather than sort of focusing on sort of central midfield, if I'm completely honest. But obviously that's something which will be addressed by John Eustace across the course of this transfer window. But we're in a position right now where we certainly can put a decent squad out there, but it's just about making sure we have the right players available, which at the moment I don't think we have a fit natural left winger. I don't think we have a fit natural right winger, because I don't think Caden Jackson is a winger by trade. So we're in that sort of position where we may end up and where we are right now are two very, very different places. But hopefully Derby County can figure that out across the course of this upcoming few weeks before the transfer window does eventually close, because if Derby County don't deal with that, then we're going to find ourselves in a really, really sticky position, in my personal opinion. But obviously that's something which John Eustace can deal with as manager of the football club. There's always opportunities to move forward. There's always transfers that Derby County can make, but obviously at the moment Derby County aren't making those moves, and we haven't made those moves yet in regards of putting the right strikers in place, putting the right left wingers, the right number 10s and things like that. But I do think that will come with time, and that's obviously what we've got to wait for. And at the moment we are currently looking at the poll with 79% of 14 votes saying that Derby County will win tonight. Obviously, if you haven't done so already, get yourself involved on the poll. It will be interesting to see what you guys do think. Obviously, if you haven't done so already, hit like, hit subscribe. It's massively important for the channel and really helps me to be able to do this a little bit more long term. What is a realistic signing you would make if you were Eustace? I'd 100% go out and get Max Johnston. I think that's one that Derby County need in regards to the right back position, because we don't know what's going to go on with Joe Ward, Ryan Niambi, Kane Wilson, and there's a massive opportunity there for someone to come in and properly stake a claim at Derby, which I think we've sort of been waiting for in that position, if I'm completely honest. Welcome in FM Frenzy, hope you're okay, hope you're having a good afternoon, obviously now headed into the evening. And if you haven't already, Frenzy, vote on the poll, let me know your thoughts in there as well. Obviously, I think we're in a good position tonight. I think we've got a fairly decent squad out there for Derby County to work with, but obviously where this team could go and where we could end up over the course of the next few weeks and next few months as Derby County fans and as the Derby County squad is going to be very, very interesting. Now, let's just go and take a look at if Lewis Travis is playing for Blackburn Rovers, because obviously that will be massively important for Derby as they're looking to try and get that deal done. Now, if we look at the Blackburn Rovers team, he is not in the starting 11, but he is on the bench for Blackburn Rovers. Obviously, with him being on the bench, it doesn't necessarily mean a deal is done. It doesn't necessarily mean that a deal isn't done. We're sort of going to have to wait and see on that one. Bobby Clark Masterclass, certainly do hope so, if I'm completely honest. I hope we can get Bobby Clark to have a brilliant performance tonight, find that fitness level and really keep pushing on as Derby County sort of progress to that next level. Obviously, it's going to take a long time for it to fully gel, but he's got to play minutes for that to happen. And obviously, if he doesn't play minutes, you're in a bit of a shit situation. What wingers would you say we should look at, as it seems CBT is out for the next 6 weeks? In complete honesty, I have no idea in terms of wingers. We're in a really difficult position where I think it's one of those where we're going to have to look abroad, to be quite honest with you, because as much as there could be wingers available in the UK and from like Liverpool, Chelsea, things like that, getting them in on loan, I just don't know how good they are and how much they'll impact Derby County sort of going forward. And that's sort of what we need. We need players that are going to impact us right now and sort of keep that pushing as the season sort of progresses. But obviously at the moment we don't know how that's going to go. There has been a lot of talk over the last few weeks about Lewis Kumas, who I think is from Liverpool, would be a loan signing I'd imagine, but obviously don't really know how good he'll be in terms of being a starter for Derby. But obviously it's always something that you can work on across the course of it would essentially be pre-season for him once he joins Derby County, if that was to happen. So it is going to be very, very interesting to see how that does shake up. We need him, however, winter first, then him, because I was not a massive fan with Sanderson after the Stoke game. I think Sanderson will definitely be a backup option. I think that first game sort of really confirmed it, if I'm completely honest. But we'll have to wait and see how he performs tonight. If he puts in a masterclass tonight, we go and win, then no one's really going to complain, in complete honesty. But we'll have to wait and see. Osborne to come on with 10 minutes to go, get the assist for Fozzie at the back post. Why not? It'd be good for him to get his season up and running. Dean Garner is definitely a really good option. He's a free agent, correct me if I'm wrong. Is he still a free agent? I didn't realise Grady Dean Garner was still a free agent. If he is, then absolutely go out and try and sort that out. Let me just take a look. Yeah, he's still without a club. That's interesting. I wonder what he's been doing for pre-season. Because obviously you want fit players, don't you, as you sort of go towards the season. Now, obviously, those of you who may be new in here, hit like button, subscribe button, vote on the poll. Do you think Derby will win? Do you think West Brom will win? Obviously, let me know your thoughts. If you've got any questions down there in the comments, ask me those away. What's the situation with Elfie Gilchrist? Now, for me, the situation with Elfie Gilchrist is very much one which I believe lands on the fee needed for Max Johnston. If we can get Max Johnston for what the club consider to be a reasonable price, I don't think Derby County will go in for Gilchrist. However, if Derby think that the deal for Max Johnston is too expensive, I think they'll ultimately just turn their attention to Gilchrist, who I think the rumoured fee that Chelsea are wanting is around £1.5 million, with a bit of add-on and a bit of a sell-on fee to boost them forward, which would obviously be sort of very, very interesting to see where Derby County do end up going in that regard, because obviously we need players in that position, but obviously at the moment we don't really have players in that position sort of that can play the right back, play the centre back position, and obviously fitness levels are causing a problem as well. Did you see the Hughes masterclass against Liverpool ex-Ram? Obviously brilliant to watch Will Hughes lift another trophy. Obviously one of those players for me who I think never really reached his full potential, and I to be quite honest with you, I blame Derby County for that. I think we held on to him for way too long, but obviously that game that he played at the weekend was fairly decent. 7.1 rating as per that of FOTMob. Played a good 60 odd minutes, which is obviously very, very good for him. And you know something, if he has a good season, obviously in Europe as well, there's an opportunity that he may finally get that England call up. But obviously we're going to have to wait and see how that sort of assesses itself across the course of the next few weeks. We have had a bid rejected for Lewis Travis, which got reported not long ago. Yeah, I spoke about that earlier on. I have got a video about that dropping as well tomorrow. Obviously, I didn't want to post it tonight doing this stream and things like that, but that'll be coming tomorrow. I think, obviously, the £1.5 million bid for Travis, I don't think it's anywhere near enough in regards of getting that deal done. But I do think that that deal will end up happening, if I'm completely honest. I think it's one which makes a lot of sense for Derby County moving forward. I think the fee involved, I think, will be about £3 million. But obviously, there's a long time to go until Derby County do actually sort of get that sort of deal done. I don't think it's a done deal by any counts right now, but obviously we're going to have to wait and see sort of how it shakes up over the course of the next few weeks. Eustace playing 4-4-2 from the looks of it. It could possibly be a 4-4-2. I'm sort of erring on the side of a 4-2-3-1 and a 3-5-2 at the moment. In terms of a 4-2-3-1, I'm looking at Vickers in goal, a back four of Rooney, Sanderson, Fozzie and Elder. Midfield three of Ozo and Kenzo, with either Vyman or Clark as the 10. With Ward on the right, Clark or Vyman on the left, and then Brown as the striker. Obviously, in the 3-5-2 formation, I'm going with Vickers in goal. Back three of Rooney, Sanderson and Fozzie. On the left, Callum Elder. On the right, Joe Ward. Midfield two of Ozo and Kenzo, with a front three of Clark in behind Vyman and Brown. But we'll have to sort of wait and see. Score predictions, 3-2 away win. I'm going to say 2-1. I'm going to say 2-1 Derby County, but we're going to have to wait and see. West Brom have put out a fairly decent side. Eustace Ball, here we go. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting evening. FOTMob is saying 4-4-2, could be wrong. Players walk out in probably about 3 or 4 minutes time. Obviously can't show it on the screen as per copyright laws and things like that, but we will be talking through everything. I'll obviously put the score at the top as well, so make sure you keep your eye out for that. I obviously have scorers and things like that up in this top corner, so make sure you keep your eye out for that as the season goes on. Can we watch walk-on? Unfortunately, I can't show any of the Sky coverage. It would block the live stream and maybe give me a strike on my channel, so can't do that, unfortunately. What is your best derby lineup this season, in your opinion, in terms of who we have and who we have interest in? If we're sort of looking at the squad that we have available, given everybody potentially being fit, I'm going Zetterstrom in goal, a back four of Wilson, Langas and Clark with Beckett left back, a midfield three of Ozo, Kenzo and Clark, and then a front three. At the moment it would be Brewster on the right, it would have to be Blackett-Taylor on the left and Morris as the striker, but obviously with injuries that isn't going to happen. Those of you who are in the chat, if you haven't done so already, vote on the poll so I can see who you guys think are going to win. Sure, you said 2-1 Derby against Stoke 2, lol. Yeah, I've got a thing for 2-1 if I'm completely honest with you. I love a 2-1 scoreline. I think it gets the blood flowing. Both teams get a goal, everybody scores, we're all happy. Hi Lewis, what I don't understand, why so many players are injured when they have had 3 months to get fit. As for Corey Blackett-Taylor, he has to go. He's so injury prone, complete waste of time. Do you know something? I feel really sorry for Corey Blackett-Taylor. He's not had a proper pre-season for, I think John Eustace said, about 6 years, which is obviously really tough for him to take, and it's really disappointing for even us as fans to sort of see a player with such quality be unable to sort of keep going, if that makes sense. And it is a mental block when you keep picking up those injuries, and we're going to sort of have to wait and see how it progresses across the course of the next few weeks, but hopefully he'll be back fit by the end of the international break. I think that's about 6 weeks away, but it'll be interesting to see. No Adams. We spoke about Adams a lot. Now, in terms of today's game, Adams is on the bench. In terms of my best 11, I don't think Adams is a long-term player for Derby County. I don't think Ebro Adams will be at Derby County in 2 years' time, if I'm completely honest. I think the way John Eustace is trying to move this team completely takes Ebro Adams and his sort of look completely away. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not saying that Ebro Adams doesn't have quality and can't sort of have an impact, but I just think that he lacks a lot of quality in certain areas, which I believe that you need to be a midfielder in the Championship. And I think it was Malcolm Christie who was discussing this on Radio Derby, either earlier today or yesterday, and he sort of said something along the lines of, if you can't play with the ball at your feet, you shouldn't be in the Championship, you should be in League 1 or League 2. And I'm not going to say that Adams can't play in the Championship, but he can't play with the ball at his feet, and that for me is where the problem lines up for Derby. He doesn't have that ability to have an impact, and he doesn't have that ability, in my opinion, on the ball to cause major problems for any team. So we're going to have to sort of wait and see on that one. Is Bobby Clark starting? I agree on Ebu. He's a League 1 player, to be honest, in spite of his leadership. Yeah, Bobby Clark is starting. Not entirely sure what position. It'll either be the 10 or off the left, but we're going to have to sort of wait and see how that shakes out as the game obviously goes on. He could be in a swapping position where he ends up swapping with the likes of Andy Vyman, who's in that number 10 role. He can also play as a number 8 as well, so we'll sort of see how that goes. In regards to Ebro Adams, I think I'm not going to turn around and say that he's a League 1 player, but I certainly think in terms of ability, that's sort of where his standard is. In terms of work rate, heart, his tackling, he's easily a Championship player, but the other end of the pitch is where he sort of really, really struggles, and that's where, as a Derby County fan, I want Derby County to get better. I don't want us to stay stagnant, if that makes sense. And I remember a few years back, I got a lot of stick for having a similar opinion about Graham Shinney. Was very, very good off the ball, wasn't afraid of a tackle, wouldn't 50-50 out of a tackle, but in terms of technically, he certainly wasn't a great player, and obviously that's sort of the situation you find yourself in. And for me, I don't want Derby County in that position where we're consistently like carrying players, essentially. We've done that in the past, and I don't want us to do that again. Benches: O'Donnell, Adams, Bart, Eames, Gordon, Jackson, Osborne, Thompson, Wilden. Thank you for that, Andy. Appreciate that down in the comments. But where are Derby County going to go? How is it going to finish from here? The poll, if you haven't done so already, make sure you drop your vote in there. Is it going to be a Derby win? Is it going to be a West Brom win. Let me know your thoughts. It obviously can go all the way to extra time. And actually, no, it's straight to penalties, isn't it? So, obviously, let me know your vote down there in the comments if you haven't done so already. And if you haven't and you are watching the live stream, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. Turn on the notification bell so you can stay tuned for all of the latest Derby County content, which I'm dropping on the channel. There is gaming and stuff coming in the future, but we'll get into that in a few moments. And as we are now looking at the Sky Sports Plus footage, the players are walking out onto the field. So let's just go through that starting 11 again for you as Derby County and West Brom fans. For Derby County, I think we're looking at a back four, but we'll wait and see how it shakes up. I think for me, it's Vickers in goal, a back four of Rooney, Sanderson, Fozzie and Elder, a midfield three of Kenzo, Ozo and Vyman as the 10 maybe, Vyman or Clark. On the right, Joe Ward. On the left, Vyman or Clark. And then up front, Dejon Brown. For West Brom, they've got Wildsmith in goal, a back four of Williams, Taylor, Campbell and Styles, a midfield three of Diakite, Mower and Price. On the right, Johnston. On the left, Fellows. And as your number 9, they're looking at Hegbo. Really think we should just do with 5-3-2 and ditch wingers this season. I think that's definitely a possibility over the course of the next few weeks if Eustace isn't able to get the players that he wants in, if I'm completely honest. But obviously we're going to have to sort of wait and see sort of how that shakes out. I really hope Ward has a good game. Do you? Yeah, I'm a big fan of Joe Ward, if I'm completely honest with you. I think he's got a lot of quality. I think he was just massively hindered by those early injuries in his career. And then Kane Wilson obviously stepped up to be a magnificent talent for Derby County and was hugely impactful for Derby. And obviously that then causes its own problems. When you've got a player that's that effective as Kane Wilson has been, and he can be that effective defensively, it puts you in a really difficult position when you're trying to return from injury. But we're going to have to wait and see. I think Derby will win 3-1. We have a good track record against WBA and a semi-decent lineup. I think the lineup's I think it's okay in terms of result. I said 2-1 earlier. We'll stick with that. Obviously, Derby fans, make sure you share this to all your Derby fans as well across the course of your life, whether it be friends, family, whatever. Get them involved, get them in the chat, and let them know their thoughts in the comments. Everybody is welcome here. We are going to put an end on the vote right now. So if you haven't done so already, you've got another minute or so. So make sure you put your vote. Who is going to win, Derby County or West Brom? Is there any news with regards for any investment in the club? As it stands right now, we do not have any update. There is nothing coming from the club apart from the club are claiming that all the transfer news isn't coming from external investment. We are now ending the poll, and the winner of the poll is, if you just give me 2 seconds, it'll come up. Derby County will win 62%, West Brom at 37 with 35 total votes. 4-2 Albion from Gemma. Really appreciate you joining us, Gemma. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's get it ready for the start of West Bromwich Albion versus Derby County in the EFL Cup round 1. Obviously, if Derby County win, it's a little bit more money in the pocket. If they don't, let's see. Put my £2 at correct score at 66-1. Here's hoping. Fingers crossed for you. Really hope you get the result that you have bet on. Obviously, bet responsibly. Are you watching the game? Yeah, I've got the game right in front of me down there. But unfortunately, cannot put it on the screen as a result of copyright laws and things like that. But we will be going along with everything. It is West Brom who are going to take kickoff. So let's get into the game. Obviously, let me know your thoughts down in the comments if you're watching along with me. Let me know what you think. And obviously, let me know as the game goes on who you think is going to come out victorious, who your favourite players are and things like that. And we have officially kicked off. Former Derby County player Joe Wildsmith launches the ball up the field straight to Craig Forsyth. It does look like a back four for Derby County with Jake Rooney at right back, Sanderson, Fozzie at centre back, Elder at left back, Ozo in the middle with Clark on the left. Can't see everybody else, but we'll get into that in a moment. I'd assume it would be Vyman in the 10, Brown as the 9, Ward on the right with Kenzo sitting behind. Are you not hot in the baseball cap? I'm always hot. No, but for real, yeah. But I always wear a hat. I don't know why. It's just one of them things. That's a decent throw into the box. It's cleared away now. All the way back to Joe Wildsmith in the goal. those of you who are new in here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Obviously, I'm really intrigued to hear what you guys think about the game. Obviously, it's only just kicked off, 40 odd seconds in. Obviously, Derby County have that rumoured interest in Lewis Travis as well. If you have opinions on that, let me know down in the comments. But let's see how Derby County get on. Is it going to be... is Zetterstrom still helmetless? Zetterstrom is not involved tonight. He's not on the bench. He's not in the starting 11. He has a watching brief protecting him for the weekend. But he was helmetless on the weekend. He was. So it will be interesting to see if he continues with that. Obviously, don't blame him if he doesn't want to wear it. He can do whatever he wants with his helmet. But let's see. Derby County now on the ball with Dion Sanderson. Hopefully we don't have penalties because like how a former player always scores, you could be the same with Wildsmith. Yeah, Wildsmith is one of those who, you know, he'd save them all or he'd score his and end up winning. Shot blocked by Craig Forsyth from Fellows. Yeah, why is that a shot? I don't know. I'm going to assume that he's had medical advice to get rid of it, if I'm completely honest. Well played. But let's see. Let's see. Does Zetterstrom still have his helmet? You can let me know on that one down in the comments. West Brom on Derby County's right-hand side at the moment. Up against Joe Ward. It's a cross into the box. It's a decent clearance away from Forsyth. It's headed in. Vickers makes a decent save. He was medically cleared, which allowed him to play without a helmet. Fair enough. I just didn't think he'd ever be cleared, to be honest, because of the injuries that he had earlier on in his career. But if he's happy to play without it, I'm happy for him to play without it, sort of thing. It's one of those where you're sort of going to have to wait and see sort of how it shakes out. Obviously, I hope he doesn't have any sort of situations with his head in the future. Callum Elder on the ball, looking for Bobby Clark now. Surely that's a foul. No foul? No? No foul on Bobby Clark there after he had about, I think it was 2 or 3 men on him. Some really good pressing from Clark and Brown. Ends up going back to the West Brom centre halves. Derby County, obviously. Derby County are in their away strip. West Brom, I believe this is their home strip. Obviously, what is going to happen today? I really hope Derby County win because I love a cup run. Everybody loves a cup run. But obviously, it's always difficult to sort of know if it's the right move. Obviously, with Derby County's injuries, do you want those extra games or do you want less games? It's a bit difficult, really. It's hard to really put a finger on where you sort of want the club to go. Because obviously you want the extra money, but do you want everything else that comes with it? Not entirely sure. But West Brom sort of dominating possession at the moment. Craig Forsyth's done really well at the back a couple of times already, where he's won the ball and cleared it out well. Jake Rooney's done okay so far as well, and it looks like Vickers has just made a save, but the cameras weren't on the play. But we'll wait and see. We will wait and see. So cross into the box. I think that's come from Alex Mowat. Dion Sanderson loses his header. Joe Ward. Blackburn 2-0 down versus Bradford already. Crazy. I guess doctors advised him to stop playing with his helmet. I think many people stopped telling him to play with his helmet. I bet his missus ain't too happy. But I just don't understand Blackburn. They haven't even played that much of a bad side either, to be honest. They're only 4 minutes in. That's got to have been 2 mistakes. That has to have been 2 mistakes, I can't lie. Their team isn't even that bad. But hey ho, not my problem, not my concern. Lewis Travis, make your way to Derby County, please, pal. Jake Rooney has found Dejon Brown. Finds Kenzo. Kenzo obviously playing in the middle today with David Ozo, which I think is going to be a really, really good look for Derby. So crossfield ball by Callum Elder. Finds Joe Ward out on the right. Beats his man. Cross into the box first time. Bobby Clark at the far post just can't get there. It's Callum Elder. He's going to put it back into the box. Dejon Brown in there, his header. Is it going to go out? No, I don't think it is. The West Brom player is going to keep it in. But that was a really good bit of play from Derby County. Kenzo, Ozo, and I think Callum Elder had a really good bit of play in the middle of the park. It goes straight out to Joe Ward, who puts a couple of balls into the box. Ends up with Callum Elder, who then puts it into the box for Dejon Brown. Dejon Brown, unfortunately, can't put it in the back of the net. But West Brom are now down. It's a cross. It's blocked by Craig Forsyth. It is a corner for West Bromwich Albion. I think that's corner number 2 for West Brom. Obviously, what is going to happen going forwards? Obviously, if you don't already know, there's a couple of youngsters on the bench in the likes of Isaac Gordon, the likes of Owen Eames. There is Lennon Wilden on the bench as well. Hopefully they get opportunities to get into the game at some point today, but obviously that will come with with Derby County putting in a good performance and potentially winning the game, scoring a couple of goals, but obviously at the moment not involved. Alex Melt puts this ball into the box at the far sticks. It's headed wide. That was a very, very good chance by West Bromwich Albion, to be completely honest with you. They'll be disappointed not to have scored that one. They will have, because it's gone all the way through. No one at the back post. And it just fell perfectly for the header, but ultimately didn't happen. Didn't work for them, but we'll have to wait and see how that progresses across the course of the game. Now, obviously, if you haven't done so already, we are trying to hit 2,600 subscribers on the channel. We are 13 away right now. There's about 40 of you in here, I think. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. Obviously, really helpful for the channel. Ward may well have to stay now that CVT is injured and play Brewster as a winger until plays a winger until Brewster fit. Yeah, definitely a possibility. There's always the opportunities for these players to have that shot, essentially, at getting their way into the team when there's injuries. But obviously it's always difficult then in regards of, can they perform at the level? Are they good enough? And that's what we need to see with Joe Ward, and hopefully we will see that tonight. In terms of Bobby Clark, he is playing off the left, but very, very narrow. Just came into a central position, and unfortunately the pass wasn't good enough by Kenzo, but he found himself in that central position, which is obviously going to be important to see where we see him across the course of the season. And right now he's sort of pressing in a defensive sense, because Derby County are without the ball just on the edge of their own 18-yard box. And we're quite rugged in terms of that defensive structure. It's literally like a 4 and a 6. David Ozo winning the ball back. Hi Lewis, are you expecting any arrivals this week? I think a lot will depend on what's going on with Max Johnston and Lewis Travis. If we can get fees agreed for them, they could easily be in by the weekend. Do I think they'd be involved on the weekend, however? No, I don't necessarily think so. But I do think that there is a possibility. But then obviously you've got to also then go and look at the wing positions where Derby County need bodies as well, which ultimately at the moment we don't. Why has any of you in the comments, can you let me know why Burton and Tranmere has been postponed? Let's take a look. Burton Albion. But yeah, in terms of players arriving, I'm not sure. I'd like to say yes, but obviously it's one of those where anything can change in that regard. That's a really good tackle by Dion Sanderson on the edge of the box. Let's see. Can Derby County win this game? Can they do it? Because I think they can. We've done okay so far. Sanderson's done really well defensively. So let's see. Let's see what we can do in this one. Obviously at the moment we're about 9.5 minutes in. West Brom have sort of been more dominant in possession, which I believe is to be expected in regards of the way Derby County have played under that of John Eustace. It's just important to make sure that we can maximise the ball in possession. I've subbed, shared and liked, but not everyone. Welcome, lol, no trees allowed. Well, they can come and join if they want. If they want to help me earn some money, I will not be complaining at all. But really appreciate your subscription, really appreciate your like and your share and everything like that. Obviously massively helps the channel, and it gives me the opportunity to do these more consistently. Derby County from the goal kick. We've gone back to that Wayne Rooney, Liam Rosenia power cut at Tranmere. Fair enough. Obviously you can't play in the dark, can you? So that's a really good bit of play out. Bobby Clark and David Ozo. Now that's Callum Elder. That is Clark on the ball. No, it's Vyman, sorry. Kenzo back to the centre halves. Let's hope that we can get Vyman and Kenzo and Bobby Clark on the ball in good positions. That's a really good switch of play by Jake Rooney. It falls to Bobby Clark. Callum Elder then picks it up. David Ozo, brilliant with his body. Absolutely naughty with it right there. Where's Kenzo? Kenzo finds it out to Jake Rooney. We're in a really good position for me. Getting on the ball, we're looking a lot better in possession. Fozzie fires it into Andreas Weimann. Weimann finds Elder on the right, who finds Ozo. Ozo gives the ball away. The Brewers will play in the dark. We'll play in the dark. They're Burton Albion. They'll play in the dark. Well, they can't afford their electricity bill. It seems they're more Tranmere. Come on, you baggies. They have been doing fairly well so far. They have Jensen dominating possession at the moment, just breaking through our midfield as it stands right now. Ball on the right hand side. With your right winger, David Ozo's tracking him though, and it's Derby County find themselves in a position where they're not actually struggling here. There's not been any major opportunities by either team. Anybody know why Zetterstrom isn't featured? I believe he's just being protected in terms of there's no point playing him in this game because Vickers is good enough. Obviously, even O'Donnell's good enough really in terms of playing in a cup competition, and it's obviously more important for him to be a starter. Yeah. I'd imagine I'd go with rest being the reason. Vickers picking up the ball now. I don't miss League One. I don't think anybody misses League One, if I'm completely honest with you. League One is a very, very annoying league, let's put it that way. What are you watching on? I'm watching on Sky Sports Plus. You have to have the Sky Sports app, I think, or it's red button on the TV. Joe Ward's just won the ball. He's breaking down that right-hand side. He's got no support. He's going to lose the ball here. He finds Kenzo. Kenzo with a nice flick out to Rooney. Dion Sanderson now at centre-half. Guessing Osborne must be off considering he isn't even starting in the Cup. Do you know something? I'm actually very surprised that he isn't starting. Bobby Clark looks knackered already, I can't lie. Okay, fair enough, get what you mean. Yeah, no worries, mate. Any questions you have, I'm more than happy to answer. But is Bobby Clark onside? Bobby Clark's onside. Weimann's found him. He's put the ball into the box. It's not a bad ball, actually. It's blocked. It comes out. Bobby Clark again. But with Osborne, I thought he'd start tonight. I thought he'd start in midfield. But obviously, John Eustace doesn't really seem to want him in that respect. And if you look at the noise regarding the bid for Lewis Travis, it's even less of an opportunity for Ben Osborne to get in the team, isn't it? So we're going to have to sort of wait and see what happens with Osborne. For me, obviously, I would try and move him on, but obviously it's going to be really difficult to move on a player that's on his wage and hasn't really played much in the last 12 months. But we will see how it shakes up. There is a rumour suggesting that 4 players are going to sign and 3 are going to go out before the deadline, but we're going to have to wait and see on that one and how and who and what that involves. Derby County having a bit of a spell of possession here in between the centre halves, going into Weimann, into Kenzo. We're now at right back with Jake Rooney, who's put the ball forward into the channel for Dejan Brown. Brown puts the ball into the box, but unfortunately it goes out of play. Now, obviously, Hegbo is going to score. Hopefully he does have an opportunity and he misses. We need timestamps for your stream of the match. Is there a way that I can put a timer on the screen? Give me a second, I'll see if I can put a timer on the screen. Timer. I don't know if I can put a timer on the screen. I'll figure that out for the next one. Or buy from DCFC TV for £5 per game. Is it on Rams TV tonight? I didn't think it was on Rams TV tonight, if I'm honest. If we get Travis in, that would be okay, in all fairness. How many more we sign in, as we are having an amazing window? I probably think we need another 3 or 4. But obviously that all depends on people moving out and things like that. And if John Eustace sees Joe Ward as an option, that's 1 less that's probably going to go out, which means it's 1 less that's probably going to come in, if we're completely honest. Right now, we're just about to hit 15 minutes. If I could add a timer on the screen, I would do so, but I don't know how to do it, if I'm going to be honest. So, we'll leave it at that for now. But we are 15 minutes in as it stands, everybody, and West Brom are on Derby County's right. David Ozo wins the ball. David Ozo wins the ball again. It falls back to West Brom on Derby's left now. But I think West Brom have been decent so far. Really good in possession. Not afraid to let Derby have the ball as well, which I like. I like it when teams aren't afraid. But no clear-cut chances yet, which is obviously what both teams need, apart from maybe the header. It's a good ball through the lines there. Every game is shown on Rams. Isn't it restricted to where you are on Rams TV? Like, because obviously I'm in England, so I can't at the moment unless I buy a VPN. West Brom down the right hand side. It's a blocked cross by Callum Elder. Oh, we've got a goal kick out of that. I thought that was a block from Elder. Brilliant, brilliant work. Obviously, if you are new in here, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're pushing to hit 2,600 subscribers. We're about 13, 14 away at the moment. So if you haven't, let me know. Hit that subscribe button. That's good. Like Justice said, he has moved on, looked loads, and is still looking at others. Yeah, we need players to move on. Really, is Hegbo playing good? To be quite honest with you, strikers on both teams haven't really had much to do so far. I got Fire Stick. Fair enough, Paul. Hegbo is made for Championship football, pure muscle, the whole dude, Norwegian nickname the Hulk. Yeah, he looks a really good player as well from what I've seen of him. I just hope he doesn't have a good evening tonight, if I'm completely honest. That's good, like Yusuf said, he has and is bringing in more as he thinks that's what are capable of high finish. He's moving on loads. Yeah, the thing is, he has to move loads on so that we can get better. Dion Sanderson has just given away the ball on the edge of the box. It's a good block there by Craig Forsyth. Fellows, I think it was, who took the shot on Derby County's left-hand side. It was a good block by Forsyth. Exactly what you expect from Fozzie as well. A very, very good defender for Derby County over the course of recent years. Joe Ward wins the ball back well. Into Kenzo now. Jake Rooney, full of space, finds Andreas Weimann. Weimann puts it out to Bobby Clark, who, although he does look tired, he's got a burst of energy here. Finds Callum Elder down the left. It's a good tackle by the fullback. Bobby Clark gets in there again. It's knocked away. David Ozo wins the ball back, doing what David Ozo does well. And that is why we need David Ozo starting in the league. And I've said it time and time again. I said it on Twitter earlier as well. We can't have Ibu Adams playing as the 10. We can't. We need David Ozo in the team in one of the sitting positions. And we need somebody else as the 10. And I do think that may end up being Bobby Clark over the course of next season, well, this season, once he's fully fit. But obviously right now it needs to change. It can't be Ibu Adams. I think many of you will agree with me. Adams is great defensively, but in terms of attacking, has no idea what he's doing with the ball, and it's very, very difficult to sort of watch at times, if I'm completely honest. So we'll have to sort of wait and see how that progresses. At the moment, 18 minutes 45 gone. West Brom with the ball in the back. And bring in even more funds to get more as well, because players can get pricey, like Adjiman being 7 million. Yeah, you're spot on. Everybody has a price, and even if we go and get 600k, a million quid for someone, it's still better than nothing in that regard. For me, so we're sort of going to have to wait and see. Even getting a loan fee for some of these players and the wages covered would be decent in getting them off the books. You look at, I think if Abuka was fit, if Adjiman was fit, Selfson was fit, Brown would go out on loan, Abuka would go out on loan. If you look at, if we had enough numbers in the wide positions, I don't think Thingy would still be here, Joe Ward, but clever tactics with Eustace, Rain in Blackburn. Absolutely, he knows the players and he knows what they're capable of and exactly where they can finish in the league, so why shouldn't he? Dejan Brown just unlucky there with a little knockback for Andreas Weimann. The midfield is looking better than they did against Stoke, I agree. Ibu is more of a DM. Yeah, the midfield is looking better, even with Andy Weimann in that number 10 role. It's given us the opportunity to play in and play out, and that's obviously what Derby County need to do. It's what we didn't do against Stoke, because both Tomo and Ibu Adams aren't really technical midfielders. They're good workers, they can tackle, but they're not attackers. They're not players who are going to go and like create chances. They might get on the end of a couple of crosses and score a couple of goals, but they're not. That's not their game, and that's what Derby County need. For me, it's players that can create chances, score chances, and I think with Ozo, with Kenzo, Weimann, you've got that in midfield. Where is Morris and Zetterstrom? Both players are being rested for this weekend's fixture against Coventry. Also gives Vickers the opportunity to stay fit. and gives Dejan Brown the chance to prove himself. It's a set piece here from West Brom. It's a good header. Ooh, that is a really, really good chance. I'm not entirely sure which defender that is. It's Hegbo, who comes in at the back post from the flick down and ultimately just can't quite get there. But really, really good movement from the striker. It's a great header as well from the defender, number 6. I'm not entirely sure what his name is. I want to say Campbell. But West Brom, that's probably the 2 best chances of the game so far. Derby County are playing out from the back here. With Vickers and Sanderson. It's now out to Fozzie. Fozzie finds Ozo. Back to Fozzie. Playing about in our own 18-yard box. Not something which I'm particularly too keen on, but you can't complain. Still on our 18-yard box. We're 21.5 minutes in now, nearly at halfway into this first half, and both of the chances really have come from West Brom. Couple of headers and obviously that Hegbo chance that just happened a moment ago. But now we see Sanderson send it long for Joe Ward. Is he onside? No, he's offside. Is Hegbo playing good? Yeah, he's playing quite well. Just nearly scored. Just couldn't quite get his leg to it. Sanderson is a liability. He's been doing okay so far. We've got a West Brom player currently running to the touchline. I think he's just had a ball in the face from David Ozo. Let's take a look. Who is our best player in your opinion? Based on the squad we have right now, in terms of what they can do on a football pitch, David Ozo or Bobby Clark. But in terms of what they've done in their careers, you probably look at an Andy Vyman, at a Carlton Morris. For me, though, I think that David Ozo is probably our best player, best footballer. If you asked any Premier League team which Derby County player they'd take, they'd look at Bobby Clark, they'd look at David Ozo straight away, in my opinion. But obviously, that can all change depending on sort of how the season goes and things like that. Diakite just took one in the face from David Ozo and is now having to get his nose sorted out. So we're currently essentially on a drinks break. John Eustace giving some instruction to his number 10, well, number 14, but playing in the number 10 role, Andy Vyman. Obviously, they were together last season at Blackburn Rovers, and he's followed John Eustace along the way, which is brilliant for Derby County because obviously they know each other, they've worked together already, and that is exactly what they need. Now, while we do have this break in play, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell as well to keep up with the watch-alongs and things like that. Who's WBA's best player, even though you don't support? Give me just 1 second. Obviously, you'll know that Derby County had Nat Phillips last year. I think he's very, very good as well. But in terms of best player, I really like Alex Mower. I think Fellows is really good. In terms of player who could probably go on to the next level, you're probably looking at Fellows, maybe Johnston. Obviously, Hegbo's really good as well from what I've seen. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Is Taylor the one that was at Wickham last year? I'm sure he was in League One on loan. He's very good as well. I hope he gets his opportunity this season to take that step up. But yeah, I'd probably say between Hegbo and Fellows as my favourite West Brom player. Fair, he was good last season. Ozo, Clark is amazing as well. Yeah, if you can keep both of them fit and get them confident and playing games, they will tear the Championship apart. Like, you've got to think last year, David Ozo tore Bristol City's midfield apart. Max Bird, Jason Knight, I can't remember who the other one was. Absolutely ripped them to shreds. Like, and they're a team that went on to finish in the playoffs, and we made them look bang average that day. So, at the moment, West Brom are currently a man down. Callum Elder's going to pick himself up a yellow card here. He dragged his man back. Do you miss Wildsmith? Do you know something? At the start of last season, I would have said yes. But since bringing Zetterstrom in, I think we've been okay. It's not necessarily something that I've really thought about, if I'm completely honest. Obviously, he was a good goalkeeper for League One. Not necessarily a first choice option for West Brom, which obviously puts him in a little bit of a difficult position. Could have stayed at Derby, could have stayed as first choice, but probably got offered a better pay packet, if we're completely honest. But for me, very, very good Very, very good goalkeeper. Just not someone who I really think about too much at the moment, if I'm completely honest. Because I don't necessarily think we need to. I think we're good in that goalkeeper position. Obviously, may need a second choice at some point. West Brom have got the ball into the box here. I'm not entirely sure who it is on the ball. I think it's Alex Mowat, if I'm honest. Back out on Derby County's right. 26 minutes in at the moment. Sanderson clears the ball away. That is a Derby County throw-in. Derby County have done fairly well so far in this game. No sort of opportunities as such that I can even remember, if I'm completely honest. For Derby anyway. In terms of for West Brom, they've obviously had a couple. Having back, I'm assuming that's about Joe Wildsmith. Do you not like him then at West Brom? I don't necessarily think he's been a terrible goalkeeper at Derby, but obviously we'll wait and see what you think about him. Ball in the West Brom half with their defenders. Andy Vyman chasing back. Looks as if Bobby Clark has stepped into a number 10 role. Bobby Clark does actually look knackered. It wouldn't surprise me if Clark ends up coming off. Jake Rooney on the ball now. Done really well there to mug off two attackers. It's played into David Ozo. And now we're breaking away with Callum Elder. Score predictions. I've said 2-1. What's yours? 2-1 Derby, I've said. There was a change with Clark coming in as the number 10. But now it's swapped back over. Craig Forsyth's put a brilliant ball forward. Can Dejan Brown get there? No, he can't. It's back to the goalkeeper. It's cleared up in the air. Callum Elder for the header. It's headed into West Brom's defensive line and Joe Wildsmith on the ball. Must not be nice playing in the heat. No, I imagine it's terrible, to be honest. I wouldn't have him back. He was good, but in my opinion, Zetterstrom clears. Yeah, I think you're spot on, 100%. I think Zetterstrom is by far the better goalkeeper. 1-0 Derby. Who have you got scoring in that prediction? Fozzie doing some excellent defensive work there. Gives away another West Brom corner, though. 28 minutes gone. West Brom have probably been the better side so far. But Derby County have had their moments. And that's the important thing for me. It's having those moments. Dejan Brown to score. Fair enough. I'd love to see Dejan Brown score. He's one of those players for me, Dejan Brown, who I think if given a run of games would easily score goals. Where's Brewster? So Brewster hasn't had a pre-season at all because he's not been at a club. So he's only been doing work by himself, and he isn't available. For John Eustace. I predicted Morris score on Saturday, but got the wrong scoreline. Fair enough. So ball into the box by West Brom now. Vickers captures that perfectly. He's done very well, Vickers, tonight. I know people have their. Is Hegem playing? I don't believe he is. Just give me 1 second. I will take a look for you. I think he's on the bench, Hegem. Yeah. No, Hegem's not even on the bench for you. Obviously, those of you who are new, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Mo is now breaking in field for West Brom. It's now on Derby County's left-hand side. West Brom, it's definitely been like the Stoke game, those Derby fans in here, where we've sort of sat off, allowed them to have possession. But I think we've been better on the ball tonight. And I think with having Ozo and Kenzo in the middle, I think it's been a lot better. Where's the game? The game is at the Hawthorns. If you're asking where it is in terms of on the screen, I'm not allowed to show it on the screen for copyright reasons. It's a painful watch, this. Yeah. It's difficult. It is difficult. But as players get back fit and things like that, we will get better. You have seen glimpses in this game already of like Clark, of Rooney and things like that being fairly decent. Ward's injured. Ward's down on the far side. Yeah, Joe Ward looks as if he's finished here. Oh no, he's holding his head. I think he may have took a boot into the head. May have taken a boot into the head, which is obviously disappointing for Joe Ward. Hopefully he's okay to carry on. Who you think will play Saturday? I think a lot will depend on fitness levels from this game, but I think it will be Zetterstrom in goal, a back four of Niambi, who else we got? Bart, Clark, Fozzie. Then I think it'll probably be a midfield three of Kenzo, Ozo, probably Adams in terms of fitness, but I'd prefer Vyman in the 10 or Clark. And then obviously you're going to end up probably with Clark on the left, aren't you, or Vyman, and then you're going to end up with Jackson on the right, Morris as the striker, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Pardon me. I just hate waiting. Yeah, we all hate waiting. Would love a couple of goals. How far would you like to go in this competition? Realistically, I wouldn't be opposed to going out in the first round. I'd like us to win tonight, but I'd like us to put in a good performance more than win, if that makes sense. Because I feel like the longer you go in the competition, the more difficult it sort of gets in terms of fitness and things like that. Man Ward injured, we're done out wide. I think it's just a head injury. I think he'll be okay. I think it was just one of those where he went down and unfortunately took a boot to the face or something. But we'll see if he carries on. I actually got a picture of Langas at the airport after my flight was delayed for 3 hours. Best delay ever. Yeah, apparently Langas is a really nice guy. Obviously never met him myself, but I've only heard good things about people that have. Obviously, he's on his return from surgery. That's a great ball into the box. Fozzie wins the header. Falls to Bobby Clark on the edge of the box. Callum Elder gives the ball away. It's Hegbo. It's cleared by Jake Rooney. Jake Rooney has been very, very good so far. Made a good couple of tackles. Really good clearance there from Rooney. For me, Rooney should have started at the weekend at right back, but I'm not butthurt that John Eustace didn't listen to me. It's just one of those, isn't it? For John Eustace, he doesn't have to play his best players all the time. He doesn't have to give Jake Rooney the opportunity. But obviously at the moment, we're nearly 33 minutes in, and both teams are doing okay. Both teams are doing all right. That's good then, should be good then. Yeah, I think he's back on the pitch now. I think Joe Ward is okay, if I'm completely honest. I got pictures with him at the ground. All the lads were so nice. Yeah, do you know something? I work for the academy, 22-23, and I have to say, like, as much as you feel that imposter syndrome around like those sort of people, like I didn't feel any of that at all after a few days. So, Hegbo will score 37 minutes. Well, he's got a few more minutes for that. What does Rooney have to do to be chosen ahead of Sanderson? Because I personally think he's a better player. I believe Rooney's a better player than Sanderson too. I don't see why we brought Sanderson in, if I'm completely honest. I said that on my live stream reacting to the signing. It was a move that didn't make any sense for me. It was one which I don't think we needed. If you're going to bring in a right back, a centre back, go and get Alfie Gilchrist, who's permanent and is going to grow, rather than bringing in someone who we know that isn't necessarily sort of the future. But we'll have to wait and see sort of how it goes this season. If Eustace could adopt a son, it would be Dion. Probably would be, to be honest with you. He's probably had the conversation with his wife already. Hey, I'm back, Lewis. Welcome in, DCFC. Come on, you Rams. Hope you're okay, mate. Hope you're having a good afternoon. Although it is the evening now. It's nearly 8:30. West Brom breaking down the Derby County right-hand side. Jake Rooney does really well. Gives away a corner though, which is unfortunate, but he's done fairly well in that regard. Do you know, West Brom have some very, very good players. Do they fancy giving us any? That's what I'd like. I'd like to see West Brom give us some. I swear Rooney retired. Yeah, I think. Is it his cousin? Is Jake Rooney his cousin? Yeah, it's Jake Rooney, not Wayne Rooney. What is Wayne Rooney actually doing these days? Because obviously he did that stuff with Girth and Turf, obviously Plymouth. So, Yope, are you having a good evening? Yeah, I'm having a great evening, mate. Would obviously be a lot better if Derby County could score a goal. But we have to wait for those to come, unfortunately. And we're very much on the back foot, so I can't see a goal coming at the moment. 35 minutes gone. Jake is his cousin. I thought it was his cousin, but I wasn't sure if it was cousin or niece, nephew. Well, nephew, wasn't it? Not niece. I'm an idiot. That is an unbelievable bit of play by, I think his name's Price. So ball into the box now, blocked by Callum Elder. Dom Dong, I agree. How are we playing? In terms of Derby, very much on the back foot. But we've done all right when in possession. It's been a lot better than Stoke, in my opinion. In terms of West Brom, dominated the ball. A couple of good opportunities. Hegbo had one. There was a defender that had one at the back post. Vickers has made a good save as well. But both teams have been okay so far. And it's a corner for West Brom now, which Alex Melt will take. He got sacked. Then he's like a pundit now, I think. Fair play to him, to be fair. He played in Soccer Aid a few weeks ago, didn't he? Always interesting to watch Soccer Aid. Seeing all the celebrities with the pros and stuff like that. Wayne Rooney should be learning his coaching badges. I think he'll end up at United with one of the academy teams, if I'm honest. Because obviously one of his kids is at United, isn't it? I think both of his kids are actually. So it'll be interesting to see where he does end up in the end. I know he's got a couple of coaching things lined up for somewhere in Dubai, I think it is, which obviously haven't happened yet, but he'll get a decent chunk of change for that. Hegbo will score, wouldn't surprise me. Up the ram from 5-time Olympia pro powerlifter Marcus Mr. O. Welcome in, Marcus. Hope you're having a good evening. Elder is actually a great player. I just don't think Eustace gives him a chance on the pitch. He obviously had that injury towards the back end of last season. I think he's done okay today. If he can stay fit. Oh, hang on, Mowatt's broke away. He's taken a shot. It's blocked by Fozzie. Cleared away by Bobby Clark, but it's not gone far. Oh no, it's Kenzo actually. Have you noticed that we're wearing our home socks in our away kit? Yeah, I think it's because of the colour match with West Brom for the refs. His son Kai is at United. Hasn't he got another son at United as well? Rooney. I think he has. I'm not entirely sure. I could be miles off it, to be quite honest. So far, I'm going to be completely honest with you. As much as we've been better on the ball than we were against Stoke, we're very much off the ball. We haven't really had an opportunity to score either, which is very, very disappointing from Derby. Those of you who are in the chat, if you haven't done so already, hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell. We're pushing for 2,600 subscribers. We're about 12 away at the moment. So if you haven't done so already, put your subscriptions on public and it will pop up on the screen like you'll see right now. So if you do want to subscribe, make sure you go ahead and do that. Yeah, I'm sure he's got another kid that's really good at football as well. I remember Martin Waghorn's kid was at Derby. What's his name? Can't remember his name now. And he was decent, but in comparison to his year group, wasn't really on it. And I think he's now playing tennis, which is fair enough. We're at 39 minutes in, doing all right. Has Kenzo been any better this game? We know there's a player there seen by pre-season, just didn't do it enough last season. I think he's been okay today, if I'm completely honest. I know a lot of people have been giving him some shit over the course of the last couple of days, because at the weekend he only completed like 5 passes, but 4 of them were into the final third. You've got to look at the context. Now, if we look at it so far, 93% pass accuracy so far, 1 pass into the final third, 2 clearances, 2 recoveries. He's done fairly well for me today so far. I think people just need to give him the benefit of the doubt, Kenzo. We are about to have a free kick with Callum Elder. Bobby Clark runs away. Callum Elder's going to dink this into the far post. He's going to look for Sanderson. He does look for Sanderson, but he finds Fozzie. I think that'll be a Derby County throw-in. Come on, guys, share and subscribe. Absolutely, guys. Get your subscriptions in, get your shares in. Hopefully Rooney gets minutes soon. Yeah, he's played very well tonight in my opinion, Jake Rooney. I really hope he does get that opportunity throughout the season to actually be that sort of starter for us, because he is a good player. I think he's got a lot of quality there as well. Now, if we look at the match stats, 8 shots, 1 on target for West Brom. For Derby, it's 1 shot, none on target, 1 touch in the opposition box. Martin Stone's called Ruben. That's it. Ruben Waghorn. Very good kid. Very good kid. I wonder if he still plays football, actually. I do. "41 minutes in, throw in at 2 West Brom on Derby County's left-hand side in their own area. Where's Dion Sanderson going to go? He wins the ball back and it goes to Jake Rooney. I don't really understand what... welcome in, Billy Bob. Appreciate the subscription, mate. Thank you for joining. I don't really understand. Do you know what channel you're watching it on? It's Sky Sports Plus. It's on the red button on the TV or on the Sky Sports app if you have Sky Sports. Fozzie is breaking out of the back 4 here. Finds Bobby Clark. The issue with Kenzo is people try to pigeonhole him into a position, whereas I think he tends to be a player who drifts across midfield. He needs that licence to roam. 100% agree with you. Like, I couldn't agree with someone any more in regards to Kenzo. That's exactly my opinion as well. He needs freedom, which is why you need Ozo next to him. You need a proper defensive body there to sort of help him sort of move forward, in my opinion, because that's what you need. Aren't you warm with that cap on? I am a little bit warm, but we'll survive. We will survive. I've had it on all day, so my hair is an absolute state. I haven't had a haircut in like a month. So, Ruben does not play professionally anymore. Ah, fair enough. Brown started with service, no wing play, no crosses, nothing but chasing down long balls. Wildsmith touched ball more than our front 3. Doesn't surprise me. We just, like, Joe Ward and Bobby Clark need to sit on the touch lines and spread the play. Because it opens up more space for Vyman, opens up more space for Kenzo and things like that. But obviously at the moment we don't seem to be doing that. Obviously it does put you in a bit of a difficult position in regards to that of actually being played through and things like that. But it's one of those things. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. It is very much West Brom's game to lose this at the moment with how they're playing. They've been fairly decent, really good on the ball. Had a couple of opportunities, a fair few shots, nothing really that has been major issues for Derby in my opinion. But obviously they've had a couple of opportunities in regards to Derby where we haven't really had any. Get Fire Stick, you can get Rams TV every match for £5. I'm not going to be promoting Fire Sticks. If we put enough at CDM, then he would perform. We could push others up as he was top 1v1 winner last season. Yeah. Is anyone else a Baggies fan? Let Jensen know in the comments. I went to school with a couple of Baggies fans. Always a good bit of banter with a Baggie, because we normally beat you. So, can I tell you my DCFC team this season? Yeah, of course you can, mate. Just drop it in the comments. If we put Ibu at CDM, others can push forward and we can win. As he would. Oh, yeah, I completely get what you mean now. Yeah. Ibu is good at what he does. No, it's all right, Paul. Don't worry about it. Ibu is good at what he does, but it's just one of those. It's one of those things where he lacks in certain areas, which makes it more difficult. Don't worry about it, Paul. It's not your fault, mate. Just don't want to get anybody in trouble. So obviously, you know, there's been a big crackdown in the Fire Sticks and streaming and stuff like that, and don't want to cause anybody to find themselves in a bit of bother. We're heading into the final minute of the first half. Realistically, it's been all West Brom. Not 2 minutes stoppage time. Can Derby County get a breakaway and score a goal? We're currently in the opposition half. Jake Rooney with a throw-in. Back to Dion Sanderson. Back to Craig Forsyth. Probably out to Callum Elder now. Absolutely spot on. Price just picked the ball up off David Ozo and just struck it across and just missed the target. Hi Lewis, I have booked stadium tour at Pride Park. I heard there's been some refurbishments done. Any input on this? So they have done a load of work with the dressing rooms. They've done a load of work with the tunnels and stuff with inside Pride Park Stadium. In terms of other stuff, I'm not entirely sure. They've not sort of shown everything. I believe there has been a lot of fan input on it, but I'm not entirely sure who's actually involved in that, to be completely honest. Who would you prefer in goal in a penalty shootout, Wildsmith or Vickers? Probably Wildsmith, to be fair, because I know he can do it. We are Chelsea. Fair enough, Graham. Hit the subscribe button while you're here. What time are we on? 46:11 at the moment, with 2 minutes stoppage time. So we've got about 45 seconds left as West Brom break down the right-hand side. With a cross into the box, goes towards the far post. No creativity or prowess in possession, just defend, defend, defend. If this carries on for 10 games, Eustace's job will come into question. I don't think Eustace has an issue. I'm not going to lie, I don't think Eustace has a single issue in regards to moving forwards and the next 10 games. I think so long as we get players back fit and performances get better, I don't think he'll have an issue. But at the moment, I don't think we should worry too much about it, if I'm honest. You've got to think Paul Warren got until the end of February, despite the fact he went on, a 9-game losing run or something. So I don't think Eustace's job will be brought into question so early in his reign, when majority of his new signings aren't even on the pitch really and aren't fit. We are now at half-time for Derby County. Been a very, very average game in that respect, and unfortunately that is a problem that Derby County faced at Stoke as well. But we did pick up, obviously, a goal in the second half of that one, so we'll have to wait and see. I'm going to watch Coventry at Pride Park against... I'm going to watch Derby at Pride Park against Coventry at the weekend. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, it'll be a good one. I'll be there as well. DCFC, Zetterstrom, Fozzie, Wilson, Rooney, Clark, Ibu, Kenzo, Vyman, Clark, Morris, Brewster. Wow, that took long. It's alright, mate. That's a decent team, to be fair. Not too dissimilar from what I would do. Don't think we've got our mentality out of pre-season yet. Probably will fully click after the international break. Yeah, I think you're spot on with that, to be quite honest with you, because I believe that obviously in regards to players that we have available and things like that, we're still not with our full cohort of players, especially those that are like new signings and things like that, and some of them won't be available for the next few weeks. How we've been playing? Yeah, I think we've been okay, to be quite honest with you. It's definitely been a defend, similar to that of Stoke, but I think we've put ourselves in a fairly good position to sort of move forward and put in potentially a winning performance if we come out the second half and just have just be a little bit better on the ball. Score predictions, I think I'm going to change it now. I think I'm going to say 1-0, if I'm completely honest. Half time, yeah, absolutely is, Paul. Who's in advantage? So West Brom have by far been the better team in this game, is what I'm assuming you mean. West Brom have been the better team. They've been better in possession and everything like that. They've had the better chances. They've had more chances. Derby County haven't really created anything of note, but that will come, in my opinion. 2-1 Rams from Paul. That would be good. Who would your scorers be, Paul? Yeah, I've got to say 2-1. Got to push for it, though, you Rams. Absolutely. Who would your scorers be, Chaz? Let me know in the comments. Will we make any changes at half-time? It's definitely a possibility. I think you've got to look at Bobby Clark as potentially someone who could come off, potentially give Lennon Wilden an opportunity. You could also bring in Owen Eames and move Vyman out. So there's always an opportunity. I said 2-1 Derby. Who would your scorers be, DCFC? Obviously, at the moment, if we look at the numbers, 10 shots, 1 on target from West Brom, 1 shot, none on target from Derby. But passing wise, we've been so much better. 149 accurate passes is more than we completed in the whole game against Stoke at the weekend. So Bobby Clark is a 10. He can't be playing left wing. Completely agree. I think for Bobby Clark, this is literally just a minutes game. Just about getting him on the pitch in any position, just to get him some fitness in his legs, so that hopefully he can play a part of the weekend. 1-0 Derby, TJ Parkey. Who would your scorers be, TJ? Clark really needs to put on some muscle to enhance his performance. I think he also needs to be playing in his position, to be honest. My scorers will be Vyman and Ozo. Decent, appreciate that. Very, very good players. If they can get their opportunity, I'm sure they'll take it. Think we should get Liam out. Missy's got a crush. Fair enough. Fair enough. Shame that Ibuka is injured, because now, unless he has a National League loan, he will stay in the under-21s and potentially stump his development. 1-0 Derby, Lennon Wilden will score. I think that would be good if Wilden scored. In terms of Ibuka, I think he'll end up National League till January, once he's back fit. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. Welcome in, Constance. Hope you're okay. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if you've watched that first half. If you haven't, let me know what your score predictions are. Let's just take a look over on Twitter, see if there's been any updates in regards to Lewis Travis and things like that. Not sure who's playing, but Morris and a sub. Morris isn't playing, Paul. Morris isn't playing, so he can't score. If he could, would be great. I've got a question. Let's chuck this one. Let's chuck this one in the comments. Obviously, this is for my Derby County fans. Obviously, as you know, we're lacking in the left wing department. Look at this poll. Tom Lawrence, yes or no? Would you sign Tom Lawrence back to Derby County? Currently a free agent, would you sign him? I want your thoughts, I want your opinions. Because I know a lot of people have their opinions on Tom Lawrence. And whether he should play for Derby again or not, whether we should go out and sign him or not, I think it's definitely something which I'd love to hear your opinion on. DCFC, no to Lawrence. Fair enough. Make sure you vote on the poll. I think there's about 50, 60 of you in here right now, so I want to get you all in the comments. Well, my bad, lol, so whoever then. Fair enough, Paul. Fair enough, mate. How old is he now? I want to say 32. Let me take a look. Tom Lawrence. Tom Lawrence is 31. 32 in January. He is. West Brom fan. Welcome in, Constance. Hope you're okay, mate. Do you think West Brom are going to go on to win this game? Yes, hell yeah, get him in again. Fair enough. I know a lot of people have their opinions on Lawrence. I know the circumstances that he left, well, not even the circumstances he left under, the circumstances that he found himself in under Philip Cocu weren't great. Rather get a Premier League youngster on loan. Lawrence has no legs anymore, was rubbish and injury prone with Rangers. Fair enough. 33, Tom, it depends. It is very much a sort of 50-50 call on Lawrence for me. I think he's got quality. I just think it's one of those where we'd probably be carrying another injured body again, and I don't really know if I want to do that. But that's just a position we've got to sort of focus on, in my opinion. We need a left winger. He's probably available on a free. So could they get it done? I think Joe Ward has been playing rather decent. Yeah, I think he's had a decent afternoon so far. Not really had much in the way of opportunities. 7 out of 7 passes, a successful dribble, a good cross as well. Pass into the final third. He's done a few really good defensive actions as well. So I think he's earned himself a spot in the squad. I hope if he stays fit, he can obviously be a big part of this Derby County squad. Well, Constant just said you're going to lose. Fair enough. Come on, you baggies. I'd say so, to be fair, but yeah, going Bristol City at home for the Rams, we better play good. I hope we will. No to Lawrence, fair enough. So it's always an interesting one, is Lawrence. No from me, in the present he's gone backwards and we are trying to go forwards. Yeah, you're not wrong. K Forbes, of course he's available, no one wants him. Well, yeah, maybe. Maybe it is that no one wants him. Tom Lawrence, quality player but injury prone. Yeah, you're not wrong. Since he left us, he's not been great, has he? Let's not lie. Which is obviously it's been disappointing for him because he got the opportunity to go and play at Rangers and go and play like in Europe and things like that, and ultimately just didn't quite go his way. Those of you who haven't voted already, put a vote on the poll. Would you take Tom Lawrence? Yes or no? I think it is an interesting one to look at given the circumstance we find ourselves in. I do wonder what other wingers Derby County are actually looking at the moment, because there's got to be some sort of discussion about wingers because we're in a terrible, terrible position in there. Who in here doing Birmingham City Boxing Day? Let him know in the comments. Lawrence's record at Pride Park, 1 goal in 5 appearances. Not entirely sure actually. Let's take a look. I think it was something like 1 goal contribution every 3 games. I think it was. I did a thing on him ages ago, a thread on Twitter. At Derby, 37 goals, 25 assists in 185 games across all competitions. How long is Blackett Taylor out for? 6 weeks, according to John Eustace, but obviously could be longer, could be shorter, depends on how recovery goes. How long until it starts? Probably a couple more minutes, I'd reckon. I'll let you know once players are coming out onto the field again. I think Derby County will probably make a change or two, if I'm completely honest. I think he's out for 6 weeks. Yeah, you're spot on with 6 weeks on Corey Blackett Taylor. We'll definitely get him if he's injury prone. Yeah, that is definitely something for Derby that needs to be looked at. Let's take a look. Let's end that poll then. Let's see how it's shook up. Will you show the game? Unfortunately, I'm not allowed. It would ban my channel, unfortunately. Want to get some good lads out. They get some goals. Fair enough. Let's end this poll. There you go. So 54% said no, 45% said yes on 31 votes, which isn't too bad in my opinion. Let's get this second half underway. Would have liked Poku, so unfortunate we didn't seem to go after him. I'm actually quite surprised we didn't go for Poku, if I'm completely honest with you, because a very good player, has quality, and I think QPR have only paid just over £1 million for him, and we went and spent 7 odd million on Ajimang, who we don't really know how he's going to do. Up the baggies, but Uncle did play for Derby. I guess sometimes you've got to draw your cards down the middle, ain't you, and just see whichever one falls. Where's Harry Wilson nowadays? Harry Wilson is currently Fulham, I believe, but could potentially be on the move this summer. How's Bobby Clark looked? Knackered, to be completely honest. Looked knackered after about 10 minutes, to be quite honest with you. Definitely not a left winger. For me, I'd definitely move him more central if he stays on, but I don't know if he will stay on, so we'll have to wait and see. Definitely take Grady D and Garner if he's available. Yeah, he's still available, free agent. Spoke about him earlier on in this stream actually, and definitely a good player, definitely someone who could improve Derby County, but also is it someone that we can afford? I remember, I know there was obviously some talk about him potentially going Saudi, but obviously no deal has been done so far, unfortunately. But we will sort of see how that sort of goes over the course of the next few weeks in that regard. Obviously, those of you who are in the chat, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Just helps the channel step forward a little bit, and obviously really appreciate those of you who have stopped by so far. It's been a great stream so far. Really enjoy all the interaction with you guys. I was happy you stayed up. Was at the party with David Clowes. He was happy. Yeah, David Clowes is a great bloke, isn't he? I love what he's done with the club. Obviously, everybody has their own opinions on circumstances, and we may not always agree. Myself, the owner, other fans, and things like that. But he's such a great bloke. Where you got all your Derby signs and stuff from? That one was a present for me and my brother when we were little. Got it ages ago, and that one I have no idea. It just appeared at my house, so I've kept it. Come on, you Rams, we can do it. We absolutely can. Big up, mate. I'm a fellow content creator and Palace fan. How is Ozo playing? Ozo's having a decent game so far. Very, very good player, but we know that already. I assume you know that as well, to be fair. Ozo is absolutely unreal. Just needs to stay fit. If he stays fit, he'll easily be one of the best players in the Championship for me. He's good, just didn't kick off at West Brom. Fair enough. As long as we don't get used, we are absolutely Rams fan. Don't want him. God bless Klaus. Yeah, everybody loves David Klaus. Everybody loves David Klaus. I said I couldn't make it, but I thought I'd pop in and say what a shit half of football. Would rather watch the bloody golf. You're spot on. It's not been a great half, has it? Not been a great half at all. Paul Lewis bought them. Well, someone bought them for me. So, DCFD Chaz, fair enough. Yeah, he's a nice bloke, to be honest. Blackburn have rejected our offer for Travis. Would you rather have Lewis Travis or the Sunderland player who was on loan at Hibs last season? I'd rather have Travis, to be honest. Just sub, by the way. Keep smashing it, pal. Appreciate the subscription. Appreciate the support. If you had your channel on public, it would have popped up on the screen. I'm not going to lie to you. But we will see. I went to school Klaus' younger brother, so yeah, I'm grateful. Yeah, a couple of people that sit near me, like, know him and have spoke to him quite a lot, that sit with me where my season ticket is, but we'll sort of see, because I sit in North, so sort of, he was only like a few rows behind me, realistically, but I had no idea. Zero creativity, yet we've put another bid in for Travis, who is a defensive midfielder. Yeah, in terms of creativity, it hasn't been the greatest for us, has it, really? That's sort of been the problem that we've faced over the course of the last few years. It's that sort of creative spark that we don't really have. But hopefully we can find that today. But are we sticking with the same 11? I think it looks like we are going to. Nice to have a lone player subs in chat. Yeah, we want all the subs. Wherever they come from. They could come from Forest. I don't care. Give me all the subs. Oh, really? I'll check that out and be right back. Yeah, just go into your settings. And there's an option to turn your subscriptions onto public. And you'll pop up on the screen. Let's see then. We're about to get underway for the second half. Currently, still 0-0 Derby County versus West Bromwich Albion. Kenzo Haldmine will be getting us underway for this second half. If you are new here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for all of your latest Derby County. Wash your mouth, Alex. What did I say? What did I say? Oh, Forest fans. I'll take anybody. I don't care. Anybody can watch. Anybody can watch. Because when we get promoted at the end of the year, can throw it in their face. Yeah, let them in the tree so we can piss on them. If that's what you want to do. If that's what you want to do. Unsubbing now, you said you'd have Forest subs. Do you know, I'd take anybody. Anybody. Literally anyone. Do not... Numbers. Numbers, people. Numbers. The more people, the bigger we get. The bigger Derby County get. Anybody can sub. Anybody can sub. Anybody. We don't judge in this. We don't judge in this establishment. I went to college with a load of Forest fans. They're not all bad, I promise. They're all a bit weird, but they're not all bad. They're not all bad. We always give them the benefit of the doubt. Better be a better half now. I hope so. Oh, Sanderson's just absolutely cocked up at the back. Saved himself though, luckily. Dejan Brown, son. But you got bigger in Derby. Absolutely. Everybody's a football fan. If Forest fans, if Leeds fans, if Birmingham fans, whoever wants to watch me, watch Derby, talk about Derby, they can all watch. They can all watch. Have we moved? Believe it's public now. I'll be tuning in for this half. Fair play to you, mate. If you unsub and sub again, it should pop up like this. Hang on. It should pop up like that. I believe that's how it works. Anyway, I've got no idea. It just seems to be random ones. Yes, but not them. Fair enough, Paul. Fair enough, Paul. I'll take anyone, me. Sondre Oshata would be an interesting sign. He's 21 this season. In 17 games, he's had 6 goal contributions in all. Plays as a winger, and last season had 6 goals and 7 assists in 32. Yeah, that's not that bad actually for a 21-year-old. Joe Ward's just been absolutely like done by Campbell. Send him off. Send him off. He's not going to send him off, but he's going over to have a word with him, let's say. The ref was not happy. He gets the ball, to be fair. I give him the benefit of the doubt. He gets the ball. Just subbed again. It should come up. It should. I might be lying to you. It might not work. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I've got no idea. He's given a yellow card. I've got no idea how this whole streaming thing works. I just click go live and things pop up on the screen every now and again. Who we got as ref? I'm not entirely sure who the ref is, to be honest. Can we find out? I don't know. Give me a second. We'll have a look. Same, just resubbed, nothing came up. Oh, I don't know. It might not work if you've already subbed. I don't know. I tried, didn't work. Sorry, guys. I've got no idea how this streaming thing works. I'm not going to lie. I was just bored for the pre-season friendly, and it did really well, so I thought, fuck it, I'll do it. The chat seems to work all the time. The sub thing is on and off. Someone gave me £2 a couple of weeks and on that Greece game. That popped up. There we go. There's your subscription. There it is. It's come up. It came up. It worked. It worked. Oh, West Brom are breaking. We're not even talking. Thomas Kirk is right. Appreciate that, Harrison. West Brom on Derby County's left-hand side. There's a ball into the box from a similar area from the Stoke City's goal. So strike from the edge. That's a great save by Vickers. Are my alerts on like a mental delay or something? They might be on a delay. Let's see if there's a delay. There might be a delay on them. That would be the problem. We're 5 subscribers away from 2,600. So if those of you in here haven't already subscribed, I think there's about 70 of you in here right now. If you haven't already and you want to, please go ahead and subscribe. It's massively helpful for the channel. Joe Ward's hobbling. He's just been had 2 men on him and then falls over. Feel for the lad a little bit, you know. It's a free kick for, I think Jake Rooney's going to take it. Appreciate the $1.99 donation, Kyle. Really appreciate that. Thank you for the streams, is what he says. No worries, mate. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate all the support. Do you think parachute payments should be banned or lowered? I actually think that instead of relegated teams getting parachute payments, I think the parachute payments should be split between the division. I do. I think they should be split. So every team that's in the division for the season that team comes down should get a percentage. I'm not saying that those teams don't deserve money to sort of cover their arses, but I do think that other teams deserve to get something like that. I actually don't know how you donate on YouTube, to be quite honest with you. I think it's through, like, is it called Super Chats maybe? But I'm not entirely sure how to do it, if I'm completely honest with you. But I think it's Super Chats. I think that's what they're called. Or Super Thanks. Or memberships. There's memberships as well that you can do. Next to chat, pound note. There you go. That's how you do it. If you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to, I'm obviously not going to say no. I'd remove Bosman rule, replace PSR and FFP with a hard cap. I think that all teams' spending should be based on revenue. So, for example, if you bring in 500 million over that year, you should be able to spend 150 million, for example. That's what I think it should be. And that should be for wages and transfers and things like that. But, I don't know. The Belgian footballer. Prior to the normal trial for because parachute payments reward failure, and is why Norwich and Watford for years didn't care about relegation. Has got more money in parachute payments than mid-table revenue. Yeah, I think it's a bit different now in terms of parachute payments, because I don't necessarily think it gives them the benefit that it used to. Derby County's midfield has just been absolutely ruined there. Ozo's a good 10 yards too high, but Kenzo's dropped in. Cross into the box. Man at the back post. Sanderson clears it. But yeah, in terms of parachute payments, there's always that sort of conversation, that sort of discussion about like those teams not really being bothered about going up and down, because you can literally build a championship winning team in the Prem, get relegated and go back up. I'm not saying teams do that, but there is that possibility, and obviously that makes it very, very sort of difficult for those teams when they do eventually come back down. Like for those teams that are in the league when other teams come back down. Corner kick to West Bromwich Albion. It's a good ball into the box. It's cleared away. How's Eustace Secret Love Child been playing? Average. To be honest, he's not been great in my personal opinion. He's just sort of there. I'd prefer him not to be there, but he's there. We'll see how he gets on. Have the Rams made any subs yet? No, they haven't at the moment. It's still the starting 11. It is, and we're playing a 4-2-3-1. We are actually trying to play with the ball, which is good. It's what Derby need. If we win tonight, I'll drop a couple of quid. If you want to, obviously no force. You can do whatever you desire. I'm not holding a gun to anybody's head. Obviously, it does help the channel. Anything that I earn off this channel literally goes straight back into it. So, can this game go to pens? Yes. I think it goes straight to pens if we don't win. If no one scores. Or it's a draw. Oh, we're pressing them. 55 minutes gone. But I forget West Brom are quite good. David Ozo wins the ball back. Oh, Ozo is incredible, by the way. Andy Vyman's picking up a yellow card here. Yeah, we need to score or they need to score. My words, Lewis Lowe. Fair enough. We better score. I really want us to score. I need to celebrate something. I don't want to sit here for 3 hours and us not score. But knowing my luck, we're not going to score. We've got a throw in now in the opposition half. That's good. We're near their box, which is what Derby County need. Well, I think Callum Elder's going for a long one here. Ozo reminds me of Wijnaldum at Liverpool. Great awareness on the ball. Yeah, and he's unbelievable at using his body as well, which Wijnaldum was known for. It's the way he just feints left and right and takes a man out completely out of the game. It's unbelievable. Derby versus Coventry predictions. 2-1. No, 2-0 Derby. Kenzo had nowhere to go. So Ozo on the right. He's tackled. Just hope he stays fit, Ozo, man. That's all you want, innit? You just want your players to be fit. Let's make something happen. Come on, Derby. Come on, Derby. Come on, Derby. Come on, Derby. Hopefully we can get that home form going again. To be honest with you, that's probably where we're going to get our first win this season. How's it looking? Can't watch as I'm away. First half was very much West Brom's favour. Second half, we've definitely been much better. A lot better on the ball in both halves, to be fair. But West Brom have had the better chances. So it'll be interesting. Derby have done a lot better in this second half, though, to keep hold of the ball. We haven't really tested Wildsmith, though, have we? We beat Cov on the weekend? I hope so. At roughly the hour mark, who would you say has been our best player? David Ozo or Jake Rooney? That's what I'd say, Ozo or Rooney. I think Rooney's had a really good game. Ozo's looked really bright as well. Clark finds Elder out on the left, back into Bobby Clark. Oh, it just loses his feet. Oh, that's a difficult one, that. I feel bad for Bobby Clark on that one. You can tell he's just not quite sharp. Craig Forsyth wins the ball back. It's David Ozo. Got nowhere to go. Jake Rooney is so calm, so I don't know how he does it. Genuinely have no idea how he does it. He is so good to watch. Watching from Cape Verde. Appreciate that, John. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. David Ozo finds Joe Ward on the right. He's going to swing a ball in. It gets blocked. Derby County have been so much better in this second half. We've been a much better side in this second half. I think Jake Rooney's actually put himself in a position to start. That's a great cross by Kenzo. It's blocked. Rooney does well in possession. Oh, loses the ball on the edge of West Brom's box. Joe Ward's got to get back in now to cover. What a great... Oh, it's not a great tackle. I lied. Oh, they're in the box. It's a shot. It's a save by Vickers. It's a good block there by Joe Ward. Another block by Fozzie. It's out. It's out for West Brom. I think that's Diakite on the edge. 60 minutes in. It's gone from all Derby to all West Brom. The script has flipped. I think that's a corner kick. Rooney's played well so far. Yeah, he has. He has done really well so far in this game. But Forsyth and Ward cannot complain. Do you think we play 3-5-2 against Coventry or back to the 4-2-3-1? I think it depends on fitness levels of Vyman and Clark. If they're both fit enough to play, I think we go to a 4. If they're not, then I think we don't. I think we'll go to a 3. But obviously, there's always caveats. Good head away by Sanderson. He miskicks it on the edge of the box, does the West Brom player. It's back into the box by Moa. Vickers jumps up, clears it away. Going to be a strike from the edge. It's a great bit of work there. It's a great strike. Great save by Vickers. Unbelievable save by Josh Vickers. West Brom are getting better and better into this game. In comes another cross. Cleared by, I think that's Fozzie. It's gone out for a goal kick. Well, 3-5-2 worked for some bit of last season though. Yeah, it worked really well under Eustace last season. I think in regards to the back three, I just don't know if we have enough fit centre-backs. But I guess you can chuck Rooney into a back three. You can chuck Fozzie in. Derby County are making a few changes. Hang on a moment. Ebro Adams, Lennon Wilden, Danny Barr and Ben Osborne are all set to come on. Bobby Clark's coming off. Osborne's coming on. Let's see. Someone in the comments said Wilden was going to score. Vyman's come off. I imagine... I don't know who else will come off, to be honest. Ozo's come off. And Danny Barr is coming on as well. And I guess that'll be for Sanderson. Come on then, Lennon Wilden. Let's get a goal, Lenny. Quadruple substitution. Substitution in the house on 62 minutes. We're now... It's probably still a 4-2-3-1. No, I bet it's now a 4-4-2, actually. I have absolutely no idea how Derby's going to look now. North stand, Jonas. North stand. Let's take a look at the substitutions that Derby have just made then. We've not even posted about them yet, but let's see. Those of you who are new in here, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Oh, what a save by Vickers. Ebro Adams clears. Well done to Ebro Adams. We have just hit 2,600 subscribers on the channel. Thank you everybody who has joined me tonight. Thank you everybody who subscribed. Really appreciate all the support. Just wanted to let you know we have just hit 2,600 subscribers on the channel with this latest live stream. Paul, sub's going to score. I hope it's Lennon Wilden. If a sub scores, I hope it's Wilden. I do hope it's Wilden. I think Lenny deserves a goal. This is his second senior appearance, isn't it? Oh, nice. Are you going for Cov and Bristol? Yes. I'll be at every home game. I will. There'll be a match day vlog out after. That's actually something that I need to put up on the channel. Do you want a live match reaction or do you want match day vlog on the night? Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. You've been a massive help to the channel with all your comments and things like that. It really helps push the stream out. It helps push the videos as well. So it's you guys that make this happen. So we're 65 minutes in. This second half has been a much better half from both sides, in my opinion. Derby County have been much better. We are now looking at... It looks more like a 4-4-2. Ben Osborne playing on the left wing. Why is Ben Osborne playing left wing? What are we doing? I know it's a cup game and we're not really too bothered about winning or anything like that, but come on. Come on. Derby turned out absolutely, Paul. Come on, the Rams. Come on, you Rams. If we win this game, I'll be buzzing. What's going to be our goal anthem? My shout is Zombie Niche. Honestly, absolutely no idea. West Brom breaking down Derby's right. West Brom playing it well. Down the right hand side. Beat Callum Elder. Fellows has beat Elder. It's a cross into the box. It's cleared by Fozzie. Conceded, have we? Not yet from me. Here we go. Here's the goal. A Hegbo. They said he'd score. They said he'd score. They said he'd score. That's a really good goal by West Brom. You can't complain about that. It's a really good bit of play. They just moved Derby County from side to side. Unfortunately, it's one of those. It's not the worst thing in the world that Derby County have conceded, but it also ain't the greatest. Hopefully Derby County can pick it up and go for another one. But well done to West Brom. Hegbo scores. It's a great ball into the box. It's a great header. Fozzie caught unawares. Bart loses his man. Disappointing. Congratulations to those best ECFC YouTuber apart from myself. I appreciate all the praise. Yeah, I'd want a bit of a match day vlog on the TikTok. Reckon that would do well, yeah. It was just a matter of time waiting for that goal. Yeah, it was. All the West Brom fans in the comments are loving it right now. But Derby County find themselves 1-0 down. That is disappointing for the Rams. Obviously, would have hoped for Derby County to take the victory in this one. But unfortunately, they have not been able to do it. It is going to be a difficult game. Is that how you spell Hegbo? I have no idea how you spell his name. Give me 2 seconds. Joe Ward, ball in the box. Oh! That was a good opportunity, that. Lennon Wilden just heading wide. Heg-Ebo, not Obo. Heg-Ebo, there you go. 67. Well done, West Bromwich Albion. It'll finish 2-1. Hopefully. It's not... It's deserved. It's a very deserved goal, I can't lie. This is what happens when you make 4 changes. Yeah, it is. Is Torquay the last time Derby beat anyone in a cup match? Probably, to be fair to you. Morris not playing? No, he's not, Paul. But I'm assuming you're replying to somebody else. Dejon Brown hat-trick. That's the irony. Welcome in, WP. Here comes West Brom again. Down Derby County's left. Off to the all-inclusive. Off to the all-inclusive bar. All the best for the season and thanks for the stream. Appreciate that, mate. We beat Chesterfield in this round last year. Yeah, we did, didn't we? I forgot about that. I did forget about that. We love West Brom. Do we? I don't love West Brom. I don't love West Brom. I'm not a West Brom fan. I'm a Derby fan. Derby County are making their 5th and final change. Caden Jackson's going to be coming on for Dejon Brown. I actually think Dejon Brown's had a decent evening. Obviously starved of service. But Derby County have got to go and find another goal. Let's see what happens then. Can Caden Jackson find the back of the net? I am happy with West Brom. Only to have a worse game with Barrow. I don't think this. Yeah. We did have a worse game against Barrow. Actually, it was terrible that night. It was awful. Who's our striker now then? I think we're playing 2 up top. Caden Jackson and Lennon Weldon. why they have to score. It was a bad goal. It was a really nice goal, to be fair to you. They did really good bit of play for me. Jackson on for Brown, yeah. All the West Brom fans are watching this stream. That's why the stadium's empty. Well, if they've only got 72 fans, we've got a huge problem. Come on, Baggies, where are you? Where are you? I feel like Delia Smith. Although, to be fair, if Derby were at home, I wouldn't be streaming. I'd be at the game. I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, that's a really nice pass. West Brom are breaking in again. It's unlucky that. They might only have 75 fans, in complete honesty. Who knows? Who knows? Obviously, those of you who are in here, if you haven't done so already, hit like, hit subscribe. I don't know what the next goal on the channel is, but we'll keep going. Great idea to stream the game, mate. I know you get some stick, but fair play for you carrying on. Do you think Travis gets done? Appreciate the kind words, mate. I don't really care about the stick. Who? These people don't know me at the end of the day, so what's going on here? Vickers up the field. Do you think Travis? Yeah, I think Travis gets done in the end. If I'm honest, I think it will cost about 3 million. But we'll wait and see. West Brom breaking down the left. Down the left. That's cleared twice. Jake Rooney clears again. It's 2-0 apparently, but we play in 3-4-2. I don't know what we're actually playing. No, it looks like a 4-4-2. She's Norwich. Yeah, I know, Paul, but I'm just pretending. I'm pretending. Always pretending. You've got to pretend in this world. Welcome in, Gavin. Hope you're enjoying your night. Obviously with the Baggies winning. Danny Bot, get it out of there. Get it out of there. Oh, I don't really know what to say about this. Because I don't think we've been bad. It says on Google. Who's Dolby County? Dolby. Up the Derby. 3-4-2. Oh, I'll tell you something. Google is wrong. We haven't played a back three all game. I'm not gonna lie. Do you mean 3-4-2-1? That probably makes a bit more sense, Dom. We've only had 2 shots today. Caden Jackson breaking down the right-hand side. Can he win a corner for Derby? Yes, he can. Go on, Caden Jackson. Liars. Yeah, Google are liars. Huge, massive liars. Who's taking this one? Scammers. Yeah, there's loads of them. But I can scam you. Let me scam you. Super chats. Joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Just a bit of fun. Callum Elders stepping up to take this corner. 75 minutes gone. 1-0 down. Can he find a Derby County head? Can it find the back of the net? Puts his arm in the air. Doesn't win it. Someone puts it back in. It's Jake Rooney. Back out wide. Finds Elder again. Cross. Fantastic stream. Great banter. Great chat. Appreciate it, Paul. I think we are lacklustre this game. I don't disagree. We are lacking creativity. There's not really anything going on for us, really. Kenzo beats his man. Cross into the box. Just can't quite get a head on it. Why on earth did Warren sign Caden for 3 years? I think it's actually 2 years. I think it's up this year. It better be up this year, otherwise I'm very disappointed. Kenzo trying to beat his man. Lays it back to Joe Ward. Into the West Brom man. To be honest with you, Caden Jackson needs to go. Once Brewster's available, we'll be fine. Johnston's just took the ball to the balls. A ball to the helmet, as some would say. Joe Ward is about to send one in. He's chatting to someone, but all I can see is his face. Wins the ball again on the right hand side. Oh, that's unlucky that from Rooney. Warren did not do the job at Derby. Warren was disappointing, especially in that championship season. Jackson is the only winger we have who isn't injury prone at the club right now. That is very true. That is very true. Although he's playing as a striker right now, and we've got Ben Osborne playing on the left wing. So, Kenzo's on the ball here. I think Kenzo's had a much better game today. I know some people are probably going to disagree with me, but I think he's been much better today. Ebro Adams. I don't know. I think we've gone to a back three now. I think. Forsyth gives the ball away. I don't want to be that guy, but I feel like our fans have hopes that are too high for our season. Let's see when everyone's fit. Rui, let's see when everyone's fit. Anyway, even though we went up, he was shocking. Yeah, we weren't very good even when we did go up. Jackson, into the box. Nobody there. There's nobody there either. Callum Elder, ball into the box. Headed away. It's a strike from Danny Bart. I don't know why Danny Bart is hitting that. I have Temps as Derby's target this year. Playoffs miles away. We're still about 3 or 4 players away from any sort of playoff charge, to be completely honest. If we go and get a winger, we get another number 10, get another right back, potentially. But based on what we have right now, I don't think we will do anything. I think we'll just be a mid-table outfit. But to be fair, that's still improvement. Blackburn's still losing. Yeah, Blackburn is still losing. At the end of the day, I have full trust in the manager until things start going horribly wrong. Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think at the moment Eustace has done pretty much everything right. I don't think there's much you can complain about, to be quite honest. But it is just one of those situations where we obviously want to pick up. You just want to do more. Just give me 1 second. We're back. We're back. Oh. Totally agree. Jackson needs to go. Niambi, CBT can carry his suitcases if he wants to. Fair enough. I gave Warren a lot of credit for getting promoted with a small budget. It was only mid-January when I wanted him out, so we could make some signings for the new manager. Yeah, I sort of called around mid-December. In fact, I think it was early December after the Leeds game that I thought he should move on. But obviously, it's one of those positions that you never really know if it's the right call or not. Mid-table for first season ain't bad. It's not. Derby County have a man on the floor. It's Ebro Adams. Eustace Barmy Army. Absolutely WP. Absolutely. What's your prediction for Coventry? I think I said 1-0 earlier. I did. But 1-0, 2-0. I think we can. I think we've got the ability to win the game. Obviously, they are a very good side. Don't get me wrong. But I think we can win the game. Those of you in the chat, if you haven't already, while we're at a little bit of a medical break for Ebro Adams getting checked out, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Really helps the channel. I think there's 80 of you in here right now, which is absolutely magnificent. And I really appreciate all of you stopping by. I just hope these signings Eustace has made truly come good. Ajimang, I'm very excited to see. Yeah, you're spot on. I'm really excited to see Ajimang. When everybody's fit, I'm really excited to see how we line up and how we look. Ward's a goner. He's just not a championship player. I reckon League One is the league for Ward. I think Ward will be gone as well, to be honest, if I'm honest with you, because I think last season he was meant to go to Mansfield, but we'll see. This game has seriously made me want to scratch my eyes out. Yeah, it's not been a great look. It's not been a great watch. Flat as a pancake? Absolutely, Dave. It's not been a great afternoon, has it? Let's be honest. It's not been a great afternoon. Well, evening. Do you believe Stephen Pearcey's right saying he couldn't have got Eustace earlier? I think for Eustace, the reason why he ended up taking the job was because he didn't feel backed and trusted by the ownership at Blackburn. So I think that's what sort of made him leave. I don't think he would have left if we'd have tried a month earlier, if I'm honest. Coventry were at home, so 2-0. Spot on, Paul. What's your predicted lineup for Cov? Zetterstrom in goal, back four, Niambi. In fact, back four, Rooney, Bart, Clark, Fozzie probably. No, Elder left back actually. Midfield three. Who's my midfield three going to be? Ozo, Kenzo. It'll probably end up being Adams, but I'd prefer it to be Vyman or Clark as the 10. Then Vyman or Clark on the left, Jackson on the right, Morris up front. But yeah, when will I reckon Ward goes MK Dons? Possibly, is a possibility. We'll see if they end up making a move for him. Ibu Adams has just absolutely smashed Diakite. Fair enough. It was all about getting 10 million for cash in to sack Warne and buy out Eustace. Yeah, maybe. Although the club tried to claim that had nothing to do with anything. But obviously, we'll never really know the truth. You mean Venky's Rovers? Yeah. They didn't back him. So surely now it's time to sell CBT as a walking sick note. I think he'll go. If I'm honest, if he don't go this season, I think he'll go in January or the summer, because if you can't stay fit, you've got a problem. But obviously, it is only 6 weeks. If he's back and stays fit for the rest of the season, I think he'll be fine. Oh, Caden Jackson, what a touch, my son. That's a foul. That's a foul. Or not. As much as I like Eustace, is he just the Championship version of Warren without the jokes? Well, we don't know. He's not actually been promoted yet. I don't actually think he's completed a full season at a Championship club, but we'll wait and see. I don't think it was Cashin's fee which paid off Warren, otherwise how we spent so much this summer. Who knows, Rams fan? Who knows? This year will be a season of two halves. Once all the new players are fully fit, we'll be a different team. I completely agree. How many weeks roughly? When will Ajimang be fit? 4 to 6. 4 to 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks, I think. They should be back after the first international break. They should. I feel genuinely bad for Blackett Taylor. I backed this man the entire time at the club, and the one time he finds form, he gets injured first match. Yeah, he's really struggled across the course of the last few years, in regards to injuries and things like that. And I feel so bad for him, because he's such a good player when fit, but unfortunately, he just can't stay fit. He can't play a consistent run of games, which is obviously disappointing. Obviously, this is a watch-along about the game, by the way. We are 85 minutes in. There's nothing really going on, to be quite honest. Any news on Travis? So we've had a 1.5 million bid rejected. I believe they're going to want within the region of £3 million to get that deal done. I think it'll be similar to Callum Britton. So whether we'll get the deal done or not, I'm not entirely sure. I call CBT, Corey Jacket Tater. Fair enough. Can't wait to see Selverson this season. Oh, what a save, Vickers. CBT hardly did anything in that match. 2 runs and he pulls up. I don't think that's fair. I think he had quite a decent game, to be quite honest. I just think we didn't have a lot of the ball, which makes it harder for your attacking players to have an impact. The one opportunity he had, he got an assist from it. So can you really complain? I personally don't believe you can. But obviously, everyone has their own opinions, and you're welcome to that. You are. But it's one of those things, isn't it? At the end of the day. So corner to West Bromwich Albion, 85 minutes gone. Header at the near post. It's a great block. I think that was Joe Ward. Lennon Wilden wins a throw-in for Derby County. I think this is pretty much game, set and match. Number 11 for West Brom is coming off for number 10, Carlon Grant. Where's Cruzan? I believe he got injured in the first pre-season friendly against Matlock, but I don't know for certain. I'm not going to lie to you. I'd love to have an answer for you, but I genuinely am not entirely sure. If Derby County were to send him out on loan, it wouldn't surprise me. CBT is a brilliant player, but not in a rude way. Yeah, he definitely does have a weak body in terms of injuries and things like that. Derby players are not good enough this season. Just have to be careful not to lose ground on the bottom. I don't think we're that bad. I'm not going to lie. I think there's plenty of quality in the squad. I've said for the longest time that we miss Nelson, my favourite player by a mile. I hope he comes back as the same player that he was before, but obviously it's going to be really difficult to see that. That's the triple season gone then. Yeah, it's gone already. Season over. I just pray things later in the season gets better when everyone is fit, and only then will I start making judgments. Yeah, I won't be making a proper judgment on the squad or the management or anything like that until probably November, December, if I'm completely honest. How much are these injuries meaning they can't play, or are they like Langas last season, but because we have a larger squad we don't need to rush them back and start them? I think it's a case of a lot of the injuries are carryovers. Like Wilson, Langas, Selverson, Nelson are all carryovers. Ajimang is a needed surgery. I'm not entirely sure what the situation is with Beck. And then you've got Brewster, who's not had a pre-season. Obviously Clark, Vyman, Ward, Nyambi, who else? Ozo are all fit and playing, so we're in a good place for me. Just need to get everybody else available. Understand we are waiting on players. The worrying thing is there is no patterns of play. Ward, Rooney, Jackson and CBT need to go. We should have signed Donald from Blackburn instead of the others. I don't agree on Rooney. I think Rooney's been one of our better players tonight, but in terms of the other three, wouldn't surprise me to see them go at some point. At least we ain't got to go through penalties every cloud. We're on 88 minutes. There's always a chance, Kate. Always a chance. Always a chance. Hence on why I predict 10th maximum. A lot of work on the training ground to reshape this team and his tactics. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I think Derby bring up academy team. Yeah. Get Armstrong back now. He may. Stephen Hall, you're an inspirational person. Keep up the good work. Really appreciate the kind words, Stephen. Really appreciate it. I don't know if I'm inspirational. I just try and muddle my way through life. We looked better in pre-season with the kids playing. Yeah, the kids have been fairly good when they've stepped on the pitch, but obviously it's a different level now, isn't it? So I think we've got a free kick on edge of the box. Callum Elder's standing over it. Kenzo Holdmine standing over it as well. Fozzie, Danny Bart at the back post. Wilden's in there as well. Rooney's now in there. Who else is there? I think Joe Ward's at the free kick as well. 89.5 minutes gone. Kenzo's taking this. Kenzo's whipping this. It's a good ball from Elder. That's a corner. Derby will not go down. I bet you £5. I don't do gambling, but if someone else wants to make the bet with you, go for it. I think we did well to sell Cashin when we did. He don't make Birmingham's first team. I don't think Cashin's as good as many people think. He is good at what he does, but he's got some lacking abilities in there, and that's why Brighton have signed replacements and sent him out on loan. Donald's gone to Espanyol. Yeah, he has, Dom. 6 minutes of added time. It's exactly what we need. Callum Elder over the corner. 6 minutes to play. Can we find an equaliser? No. Not from that corner anyway. Joe Ward's about to take this throw in. It's going to be a long one. Get everybody in the box. Where's Vickers? Get him in. Oh, someone's just said Jackson scored. Joe Ward. It's a corner. Tony, are you lying to me? Do I have to ban you in the chat? Derby won't go down. No need to bet. I don't think we'll go down either. Powder puff and attack. Players seem half fit. Yeah. I think Clark was done after about 10 minutes. Up the Rams. No Cashin, my fave player. Cashin was good. I liked Cashin. Can you left click? People just want me to think that Derby have scored. I didn't think anybody had scored, Kay. Shall I put you in a timeout, should I, Tony? Four minutes left to go. 4 minutes left to go. Let's cheer as if we've scored a goal. Way! There's no goal. There's no goal. There's no goal, Theo. I'm assuming that's your name. Tony trolling. Yeah, Tony's going to end up... Tony's going to end up in that timeout. Rory, if that happens, I'll give you £1,000. Come on, Derby, man. Oh! It's disappointing. It's disappointing, isn't it, really? But I think Joe Ward's actually been really good tonight. I'm going to be quite honest with you. Shall we vote for a timeout on Tony? There we go. Answer the poll. Should we time out Tony? I think that just shows you just how poor this performance has been and how unlikely it has been that Derby are going to score. That we currently have votes going on for Tony being timed out. The Rams are going up. We are. Vickers needs to play up front. Fuck it, why not at this point? That would do us nicely, another win. Yeah, pretty much guaranteed for you now. Just a couple of minutes left to play based on where I'm watching. Honestly, I know not everyone's fit, but what is actually going on at Derby? That, not everyone's fit. And this is nowhere near our best 11, not even close. Not even close. I'll keep the vote running until... Oh, my AirPods have died. I'll keep the vote going until the end of the game. Nearly as done as Richard Key, I swear. Free kick in the corner. Go on. Come on. Is my other AirPod alive? That's the big question. There we go. AirPod on. Free kick in the corner. Oh, do you know, if there's actually not a goal, Andy, we're going to have a bit of a problem here. Come on. Come on. Can Derby County score? People are saying goal. I'm going to have to put a chat on delay, aren't I? Oh, no, you're joking. Nearly as done as Richard Keogh's post-match interviews. The whole chat is goal, goal, goal. The whole... Not trolling. Let's see. I'm behind. I'm behind. Joe Ward is stepping up. I said there's always time. There's always time. Joe Ward. Go on, Wardy! Come on! Joe Ward. What a player. Joe Ward. The triple is back on. We're winning the league. We're winning the cup. We're winning everything. Come on, Joe Ward. What a goal. What a goal from Joe Ward. That is unbelievable. He is starting on Saturday. Joe Ward is starting on Saturday. Joe Ward is starting. Where's Tony? Tony needs to get, I think Tony needs to get timed out by the poll. Yeah, Tony needs to be timed out apparently. I don't know. Let's see if I can find Tony again. Tony, I'm sorry, mate. Tony. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Can I find him? I need to find him. Tony, I'm so sorry. I've got to put you in a timeout for a minute. Sorry. I'm sorry, Tony. Come on, Derby. Come on. Come on, Derby. Bye, Tony. You've got a minute in the timeout. Joe Ward, that is unbelievable, by the way. Hasn't started a game since December 2024. Hasn't scored in over a season. Share the pens on stream and I'll super chat 50. I can't, unfortunately. I can't share the stream because I'll lose my channel. Not one game in ages and pulled that off. Joe Ward is unbelievable. We're going to penalties. We are going to penalties. Lewis, start the bounce. Oh. Joe Ward is signing for fucking Real Madrid. Why not? Penalties, what the fuck? Cheerio, cheerio. Tony, get out of here. Joe Ward, what an epic start to the season. Go on, Josephine Ward. Wait, Kay, are you still in here? Because I'm sure you said you'd super chat if Derby won. And now we have an opportunity to win. I need to make sure Kay's still in here. Did Eustace put a mask on of Ward's face? oh shit, the score. I was too busy celebrating. I'm sorry. Phone popped up with a goal. I'll get back on the stream. Come on, the boys. How are you watching the game? Watching it on Sky Sports Plus. Winning the cup. Come on, you Rams. West Brom to win on penalties. Watch this space. Lewis, start the bounce. Whoa! Come on, you boys. We ain't won yet, Lewis. Well, Kay, when we win, you keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize. Craig Forsyth is going to Sky. Watch this. What did I say, Lewis? Joe Ward masterclass. Unbelievable free kick. What did I say? She did, Lewis. How are you watching the game, mate? Sky Sports Plus. Taylor, Sky Sports Plus. Derby are massive everywhere we go. By the way, we've got 105 concurrent viewers. Those of you who haven't already, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. We've hit 2,600 tonight. Absolutely unreal support from everybody on the channel. So if you haven't, hit that subscribe button. Ward for Ballon d'Or, absolutely. Remember how much pens Wildsmith saved at Derby? Yeah, but I'm not bothered. I'm ignoring that. We don't care about that. With his eyes, lol. Eustace Barmy Army. I called it. Fancy Vickers showing Wildsmith who deserves to start in League One when he sends one into the top right corner. My nerves. I'm nervous. I am nervous. We don't win on pens. Joe Wildsmith is incredible. He is. But there's always a chance. There is always a chance. Let's hope Wildsmith has forgot how everyone does pens at Derby. We can hope. We can pray. We can pray. Come on, Derby County. The Rams are going up because of Joe Ward. Come on. Come on, Derby. Derby, you've got to do this so that I can get my super chat off Kay. That's all I'm bothered about. I need that super chat off Kay. Please don't let what I said about Wildsmith come true. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We're just waiting for penalties to get underway. We're in an unbelievable position. Both have lost their last 4 shootouts. Don't tell me that. Appreciate the new subscription, Harry. No telling in advance. Everybody in the chat, do not tell me score. Do not tell me if they score. I might have to just shut the chat. I'm shutting the chat so I can't see. I'm shutting the chat so I can't see. I'm not ending stream, but I'm shutting the chat so I can't see. I'm going to take it off screen as well, so you can get my full honest reactions. Whew. So, any of you that are in chat, we are sitting here right now, awaiting Derby County versus West Brom for their penalty shootout. Two goalkeepers, number 1 and number 2 during League One. Joe Wildsmith was Derby's number 1. Vickers was Derby County's number 2. It's Joe Wildsmith to step up as the goalkeeper first. I'm ignoring all the chat. I can't see the chat. I've taken the chat off the screen. Kenzo held mine is taking first. I feel like I'm miles behind, to be quite honest with you, but it's part and parcel of the game. Come on, Kenzo. Come on, Kenzo. Come on. The referee blows his whistle. Kenzo steps up. Come on, Kenzo. What a goal, Kenzo. Come on. Come on. Come on. I can't see anybody's chat, so I hope everybody's okay. I hope everybody's surviving. Once the shootout is over, the chat will come back. But I cannot look at the chat. I need to see this for myself, because I didn't get to experience that Ward goal. Josh Vickers now in goal, up against Jed Wallace, I think it is. Those of you, if you're in, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you fancy super chatting, go ahead and do so. Obviously helps the channel. Everything goes back into it. Jed Wallace steps up. Go on, Vickers! Come on! Josh Vickers with a great save. Come on, Vickers. He's just shown Wildsmith exactly what he can do. Who's next up? I think he's hurt himself. Oh, it's Ben Osborne. It's Ben Osborne. Come on, you Rams. Come on, Aussie. Come on. He can do it. He can do it. I promise. I promise Osborne can do it. Come on, Osborne. Please. Please, Osborne. I know I'm behind a little bit. I do apologise. I'm just stuck on the stream. Go on, Osborne. Oh, Aussie. Aussie. Unlucky, Aussie. Got to keep their heads up. Got to keep their heads up. It's a great strike. It's a great strike. I think it's Josh Madger stepping up for West Brom now to equalise, make it 1-1 during the shootout. It's 1-0 to Derby on penalties so far. West Brom taking their second one. I know I'm a bit behind. Full apologies. Vickers is stood up. Madger is warming up. He's doing his run up. Referee whistle is gone. Madger is running up. And he's missed. That is 2 misses in a row by West Bromwich Albion. Derby County is still 1-0 up. Madger fucked himself with that stutter. I feel bad for Vickers. Vickers went the wrong way. He was completely wrong-footed. Who's stepping up next for Derby? Who is it going to be? Who is the next one going to be? It's Caden Jackson stepping up for penalty number 3 for Derby to make it 2-0, meaning that West Brom would have to score at least 2. Joe Wildsmith is on the line. If Derby County score this one and score the next one, they have won this penalty shootout, I think. Go on, Jackson. That's a great pen. That is a great pen. I know I'm a little bit behind everybody. Jackson's done really well there. That's a really good pen. Made Wildsmith dive. Alex Mowat stepping up. Recently been linked to Derby County. It was rumoured on the forum that Derby County would be signing Alex Mowat. He is now stepping up against potentially a future teammate in Josh Vickers. Is he going to be able to save this? Is Josh Vickers going to be able to save this. At the moment, it is 2-0 Derby County on penalties. The game ended 1-1 with Hegbo and Ward scoring. So far, Kenzo and Jackson have scored their penalties. Everybody else has missed. Vickers made a save. Mowat steps up. The referee whistle goes. Alex Mowat. That's a great penalty by Alex Mowat. Cannot complain about that. Cannot complain about that. Penalty number 4. Joe Ward is stepping up. Obviously scored that fantastic free kick at the end of the game to take it to penalties. Can he score a penalty? Wildsmith standing between the sticks. Joe Ward steps up. All he has to do is put this away. Oh, it's a great save. That's a great save by Wildsmith. That puts West Bromwich Albion in a position to come out on top here. They can make it 2-2 with this penalty. Number 8 is stepping up. I don't know who number 8 is. Is it Malumbi? Malumbi is stepping up to level things up. Come on, Josh Vickers. Come on, Josh Vickers. Up against number 8, Jason Malumbi. That's a great pen. That is an unbelievable penalty by Malumbi. Unbelievable. That's a risky strategy, but that is very, very good. That is unbelievable. Ebel Adams steps up for Derby County. Ebel Adams is stepping up against Joe Wildsmith, the 2 former teammates. Ebel Adams now has that captain's armband at Derby County. Can he score? Can he take Derby County to the next round? Obviously, still a save or miss has got to happen. But can we take this to the next round? Ebel Adams steps up against his former teammate, stutters, scores. That is 3-2 to Derby County. That is very, very good. If West Bromwich Albion win this, I hope that Kay is still in the chat. I hope Kay is still in the chat. Because I'm holding him or her to his word, or her word. Carlon Grant is stepping up. I'm watching the fight. I think this is going to be... This has to be the final penalty for Derby County. Vickers has to save it, or Carlon Grant has to miss. Number 10, Carlon Grant, stepping up for penalty number 5. Josh Vickers is bouncing around in the goal. Go on, Vickers! Come on! That is round 2 for Derby County. Come on! Let's get the chat back up. Let's get the chat back up. Come on, everybody. Up the fucking Rams. Let's go. Now, everybody, where is Kay? Where is Kay? Kay, where are you? We're waiting. We're all waiting. We are all waiting. Right, we're going to do a poll. Man of the match. Man of the match. Let's do man of the matches then. I know I'm late. I do apologise. I know I'm a bit behind. But Derby County have just taken all 3 points. 3 points? No, we've just gone to the next round. Who are your options then for man of the match? I'm going Rooney Ozo, Vickers, Ward. Should we chuck Ward in there? Yeah. Right. We're starting a poll for your man of the match. Get your man of the match. Pick. They're the 4 who I think deserve the opportunity for man of the match. I'm here, Lewis. Payment is on its way. I love you, Kay. I love you. Man of the match has to be Ward. If we'd lost, I'd be so mad at Osborne, yeah. Joe Ward is brilliant. Best signing Derby's ever done. He is brilliant. We are absolutely massive. I don't know what happened during that penalty shootout, but we maxed out at like 160 concurrent viewers, which is absolutely unbelievable. Those of you in the chat, if you haven't done so already, hit like, hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell. We post daily content on the channel. We've got full live streams, gaming and all sorts coming in the near future. It is major. Which hog we need to get rid of? Wallace? Guys clapped out. Eustace, you won, fair play. It has to be Ward. Wouldn't have gone to pens without him. Spot on, we wouldn't. We wouldn't be anywhere near pens without him. Shall we get BBC Radio Derby on so that we can hear what Eustace has to say? That's a shootout win. And I'm buzzing. Smash the like button, subscribe. You guys know what to do. You know the drill. It is unbelievable. This has been an unbelievable moment. This has been a great watch along. I appreciate all of you who stayed along. We are going to be staying on for a little bit longer while we wait for John Eustace and a player to talk to the media. I appreciate you stopping by, Andy. Appreciate everybody who stopped by tonight. It's been an unbelievable stream. I really appreciate every single one of you. I really do. I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. And Derby County winning just makes it even better. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. We're going to keep the poll going for the time being. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, vote on the poll. At the moment, it looks as if Vickers is winning from what I can see. Best way to win. We've absolutely shithoused him. Last minute free kick goal and win on penalties. Unbelievable. Lewis, great stream. Catch you Saturday. I won't be live on Saturday. I'm at the game, but there will be a full match day vlog. I'll probably go live on Sunday to discuss the game and things like that. Joe Ward, sign him up, sign him up, sign him up. Rams fan, does anyone know when the draw is? It's tomorrow evening, from what I'm aware. Tomorrow evening, from what I'm aware. Let's Derby win 3-2. Penalties. If I've spelt it wrong, you can laugh at me. Come on, the boys. Now, those of you who are still in the chat, you can check out Kit Bag down in the description. You can get full kits, everything like that over there. Premier League, Championship, all sorts. Really appreciate you following through on your word, K. The $1.99 donation. Glad to be wrong. Derby County take the victory. That is an absolutely massive one for the club. Takes a step in the right direction. Top stuff, Lewis. Appreciate you, Dom. You Rams, absolutely, Jay. Do you think we'll have a rough start? Let me get the chat back on the screen. Let me get the chat back on the screen. There we go. Do you think we'll have a rough start of the season until our new signings get more chemistry? Absolutely. Appreciate all your support. Appreciate Kay jumping in with that donation. Love that. Absolutely love it. How did we win? Absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea. To be fair, I think Wildsmith's our man of the match. That's probably the worst penalty shootout I've seen Wildsmith do, to be fair. Nice one, Lewis. Great watch along. Appreciate you stopping by, Simon. Appreciate every single one of you. Those of you who haven't done so already, head on over, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Stay tuned for all the upcoming content. We've hit 2.6k tonight, which is absolutely unbelievable. I really appreciate all the support. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. We are just waiting on noise from John Eustace and from the player as well. We'll stay on till then. Wildsmith thinks he's a Ram. Once a Ram, always a Ram. That's the saying, how the saying goes. Just seen Borough lost 4-0 to Doncaster. 3 points off top now. We are 3 points off the top. Right, shall we go and have a look at scores on the doors? While we're waiting for Eustace, let's take a look at scores on the doors. So Swansea won 3-1 against Crawley. Preston won 1-0 against Barrow. Middlesbrough got embarrassed. They've got... Is that a good Middlesbrough side? It's not a terrible Middlesbrough side. Let's not lie about it. By the way, Ward meant that goal. What a goal it was. Absolutely. Cheers for the stream. No worries, mate. Reckon Phillips is regretting joining West Brom. No, I don't think he will. Well played cup game, not match. It was a great cup game. Come on, Bromley taking Ipswich to pens. Fucking hell, come on, Bromley. Appreciate the subscription, Keegan. Appreciate that. Millwall 1-0 against Newport. Stockport 3-1 against Crewe. Accrington beat Peterborough 2-1. Bradford beat Blackburn 2-1. Port Vale won 1-0 against Blackpool. MK Dons lost 2-0 against Bristol City. Jason Knight getting on the score sheet. What else has gone on? Fair play to the guy at the start who liked Award. Yeah, 100%. He's done a great job, and he really would. 2-0 Cambridge versus Bristol Rovers. Cardiff 2, Swindon 1. Charlton 3, Stevenage 1. Mansfield 2, Chesterfield 0. Coventry 1, Luton 0. Penalties, a Wimbledon win, I think. Grimsby 3, Shrewsbury 1. Lincoln 3, Harrogate 1. Did Cov play tonight? Give me 2 seconds. Cov. No, I don't think Cov played. Shrewsbury 3. Shrewsbury lost 3-1 to Grimsby. Lincoln 3-1 against Harrogate. 1-0 Wickham against Leyton Orient. 1-0 Southampton against Northampton. Oxford won 1-0 against Colchester. Plymouth won 3-2 against QPR. Reading won 2-1 against Pompey. Rotherham have gone through on pens after a 0-0 draw with Salford. Stoke have won on pens after a 0-0 draw with Walsall. Burton and Tranmere was postponed. Norwich 2, Watford 1. Derby win on penalties against West Brom after 1-1. Wigan 1, Notts County 0. Wrexham beat Hull 3-3 on pens. Bromley are currently losing 4-3 on pens. They've missed one. So let's see how that ends up. Right. You just called it, Luton. I'm proud to be a fucking Irish Ram. Come on, absolutely. I think Cov beat Luton 1-0. Did they? Oh, sorry. My eyes have deceived me. Massive win for our confidence, absolutely. Let's end the poll then. We've got 49 votes. Let's see who has got the Derby County Man of the Match. It is Josh Vickers. Joe Ward as number 2. Ozo as number 3. Rooney as number 4. That Wrexham game looked a bit crazy. It did by the scoreline, absolutely. Let's take a look. How did it go at Wrexham? Obviously 3-3. Fucking hell, Wrexham scored 2 in the last 2 minutes. You look stressed? Oh, mate, I was finished during those penalties. I was absolutely finished. I thought we'd bottle it. But we've done an absolutely amazing job. If Kay is still here, really appreciate you for dropping that donation. Obviously, Kyle as well dropped the donation in as well. Everyone who's subscribed tonight, I love every single one of you. It's amazing to have you guys along with me for this journey. And it's only going to get bigger and bigger. Derby County have obviously done a great job tonight. Wrexham won on pens. Yeah, they won on pens. It was 3-3, scored 2 in the last couple of minutes, which is absolutely outrageous. It's stressful being a Rams fan. It certainly is. Eustace is simply amazing. Best manager in the league. I'll always stick to my guns on this. I do think he's the best manager in the Championship. Come on, you Rams from New Zealand. Appreciate it, Keegan. Have they just won on pens? Have Bromley just won on pens? Oh my God, Bromley have just knocked out Ipswich. That is a brilliant result for Bromley. And that is a brilliant fucking Ipswich team as well. Davis, Kipre, Wolfden, Young, Humphreys, Barbrook, Clark, Chaplin, Ogbene, Alhamdi. Johnson came off the bench. Smolix came on. Taylor, Hurst, Greaves. That is unbelievable. Blocked, didn't bottle it. We didn't bottle it in the end. Yeah, Vickers did it. Vickers did great. I was quite surprised by Vickers, actually. The penalties was really good. You're welcome, Lewis. Thanks for what you do. Southdown faithful. Appreciate you being in here, Kay. Appreciate it. Bromley beat Ipswich. They absolutely did. Do you know? I'm delighted with that result. I'm delighted. Life when you get through. Yeah. Did you deserve anything out of the game? Only saw stats. Looked like we should have strolled it. Complete honesty, West Brom were definitely the better team, but obviously a lot of our players are still struggling for fitness and things like that. I think we did fairly well, but I do think West Brom should have won the game. If you do end up looking at the goals, you could have been 2 or 3 up in the first half. Unfortunately, you weren't. Scored through Hegbo, then Derby County scored in the final minute through Joe Ward. We did great. We to keep us themselves in the game and get that opportunity from Joe Ward was unbelievable. Who do you want us to face in round 2? I want a home tie. I just really want a home tie. Or an away. When are the Prem sides in? Simply the best, do better than the rest. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the live stream. Brilliant. Appreciate you stopping by, Mantis. Appreciate it. Who could we get in the next round? Who plays tomorrow? Genuinely, and I'm not lying about this, give us Bromley at home. I'd take Bromley at home. Definitely home. Yeah, Paul, I love home tie in the cup. Love it. Derby Forest, that would be crazy. If we got Derby Forest, that would be a different level. That was so dramatic. It was a dramatic game of football. It was a dramatic penalties. I lost my head in those penalties. Fucking Ward was the best. He was great. Ward was unbelievable. Our next 4 games are horrific. What? Don't make me look. Let's take a look, shall we? I'm going to be disappointed by this, aren't I? Fixtures. Cov, Bristol, Ipswich, West Brom. That's going to be tough. When's the next round of the Cup? Where's the next round? Matches tomorrow. When's the next round of the Cup? Respect, mate. Cheers for the coverage. Absolutely no worries, Adam. Don't want Bromley. We'll be humiliated when we lose. Who cares? Birmingham Sheffield United on tomorrow. Looks a good one. Going to do a live watch along on my channel. Absolutely go for it, Rams TV fan. I love these watch alongs. It's brilliant to get involved with people, have those conversations. It is. But I think that is going to be me, unfortunately, guys. That is going to be the end of the stream. Just about 3 hours on stream tonight. Delighted to have you all join me along. We've hit 2.6k on the stream. Derby County took the victory. Do you reckon Ward will start? Yes, I think he will. September 12th. So before I go, EFL Cup round 2 dates. Round 2 ties will commence 25th of August. 25th of August. We shouldn't be bothered who we've got next. Just bring them on. Absolutely. Ward needs a chant. He'll get one. But with that being said, I will catch you all, guys. In my video in the morning, I've got a video going live about Lewis Travis, the bid that's been put in. That will be out at 10 a.m. So if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments. I appreciate everyone for stopping by. And I'll catch you later on. But that is going to be it. Appreciate you stopping by, Demetrius. Appreciate you, FM Frenzy. Appreciate you, DCFC. That is going to be me. I'll catch you